Pitchers are up here, so. Yeah, I don't know why my Wi-Fi shut off. Sure, should be coming through pretty quick. Why is this not going? I did find out the production truck will. You can run everything through production truck. That's what Scott was saying. Is he was doing they're pulling the trigger on that. Yeah. So that way if this goes down. Right. You just gotta remember that this shakes. Yeah. Sorry. You're good. All right. We ready here, Caden? Yeah, we're live. Okay. Brings up Trevor Matson. Matson, big day with the shillelagh. 2 doubles for him. That thing is a shot to left field. Back goes the left fielder, all the way back to the wall, and that's a home run! Trevor Matson, home run, 370 feet. He is fired up, look at him. That kid is pumped. He has been jacking the ball all night. 2 doubles, and there's a home run. Wow. Double, and home run. What a night for Trevor Matson.
3-2 pitch, hit hard, down the first baseline, fair. 2 runs will score as Riley's around first. He's headed to second. It's a stand-up 2-run double, and 5 are on the board for the Hastings Sodbusters here in the 6th.
Matt Hallback comes up now. Hallback chance to be the hero here. The Busters can walk it off. That one into left center field. That's going to do it right there. Walk off. Matt Hallback with the walk-off. And the Busters win it as Tyrell scores the winning run. 2-1 your final. That is the clutch hit. This could be the winning hit, and it is! The runner's going to score. Busters win it. They win the series. Look, 4 hits in the game for Cameron McClure. And there he is right there. I called it. He needed a hit. There's 1 run in. Jackson's coming. Here's another plate. Dawson to the plate, and he is safe. Busters score 2 on it. Nice base running. Jackson and Dawson on their horses. Back up the middle. Again, another hit from McGuigan. Somebody get this guy a bucket of water. He's on fire.
Sodbuster Baseball is on the air.
All right, everybody. Good evening from Duncan Field. It is Josh Salmon along with you and Steve Stein as we are set for Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Thanks for tuning in here on your Tuesday night as we get set for the home opener between the Sioux Falls Sasquatch and your Hastings Sodbuster baseball team. And we are very excited to have baseball back in Hastings. There's some stuff going on with the legalities, and you might have been following that, but there is baseball here for 2022 and for years to come. If you want to get more details on that, I talked to Brian Frew during the Sodcast. That is available on Spotify and all the major platforms. So look up Sodcast, Hastings Sodbuster Podcast, and it will come up. Also talked to Scott Galusha about the roster moves this year. A lot of familiar faces back and a bunch of new ones that I'm very excited to see. One of those faces isn't new. It's from last year. The only returning player that's not a pitcher from last year is Trevor Matson, and you may remember that name. If I get a quarter every time I said that name last year, I could have taken Steve to Hawaii with me here. We could have hung out, but I saw him down there, and Trevor, of course, greeted me with a big hug. That's the kind of guy he is, and we were talking, and we'll get more to that when he gets in the lineup. But I don't think he was on the road trip, and he was happy, greeted by fans and smiles, by ownership and everything here. So Coming up, I'll have my interview with Luke Bay. Yes, Luke Bay, who was one of the assistant coaches last year, is the manager this year, the skipper for the Hastings Sodbusters, and everybody couldn't be more excited. Luke is a very good guy, knows baseball, is very diligent about how he manages and how he played the game of baseball when he was a player. We'll have that interview coming up. We'll also talk to Steve here and get his thoughts on the pregame. We're 6:35. We're a little over a half hour away here from first pitch at Duncan Field. Come on out if you're listening and you want to come on out to the game. You can do that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon with you here at Duncan Field as we get set for some Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Had a chance to visit with manager or skipper or coach, whatever you want to call him, Luke Bay. Before the season started, they were at the Big 12 tournament getting ready to take on Texas Tech, and he took some time out of his schedule, called me from the hotel. I appreciate it. I know he's got a lot of preparing to do, and he's a guy that's very preparation-oriented. He likes to be ready to go, and so I probably cut into some of his time, but he's always gracious with his time. Luke Bay is who I'm talking about. He's going to be the manager of the Sodbusters, and Luke was the one of the assistant managers last year for Chandler Wagner. This time he's back. He is in charge of the team, and I had a chance to visit with him. Here with Luke Bay, manager of the Hastings Sodbusters. Last year you were the assistant coach. Now you're back as the skipper. What made you want to take on this role?
I over the summer I became aware of the community support and the investment from everybody, from Scott and Brian, and I was amazed and very appreciative of how much people truly cared about the Hastings Sodbusters. And, I think part of it was, I guess it's kind of twofold. One, if I get, a chance to get some head coaching experience, kind of still being young in this profession, I think that's always a good thing to get no matter what. And the other part was, I was kind of frustrated with how we played last summer,
Sure.
Kind of the style that we played with. And I just felt like my job wasn't finished.
Okay.
I want to build and put a team on the field that our community and fans can be proud of and enjoy watching us play the right kind of baseball, the right brand of baseball. And so that prompted me to kind of take on this challenge. And I'm looking forward to it. I think we got a good group of guys coming in, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, as a personal standpoint, I mean, is this something you hope to add to a resume? Hope to gain experience? Former player, you've done the assistant coach or assistant coach at KU. Is this something that you hope to kind of try out and see if it's something you want to pursue more?
Yeah, absolutely. From a personal standpoint, my personal goal is someday I want to be a head coach of a Division I school, and I think that this gives me good experience early in my career of how to do things and kind of test out some ways that I might want to try things and run things, and so I think that's always a really good thing to have on a resume, no doubt. But I to be honest, I'm not focused on any true personal gain to get from being a head coach or being head coach of the Sodbusters. It's my sole focus is on helping my guys achieve all that they want to in this game and become the best version of themselves as a player and as a person. And just like I said earlier, my focus is on putting a team on the field that this town can be proud of.
You and I kind of talked about this last year, but basically this summer league is not only a chance for players to try new things and get better, it's also a chance for coaches to try new things and to get better. And so it's a learning experience not only for the players but for the coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I told the pitching staff last summer that, just like they were coming to become a better pitcher, I was coming to become a better coach, and I was going to make mistakes, and I was going to learn from them and grow with them. And, I think that any time that you can learn from any situation, any life experience that you get. And so this is just another kind of step for me to continue to grow as a coach and as a leader. And, I'm really, really excited about it.
Very cool. Your other coaches, Jake Bigham is going to join you, former Sodbuster player, decided he wanted to try some coaching, and you and Scott and Brian talked about it. And Jake's, a good guy, a man of few words, but he knows how to pitch. Who else is on your staff?
So Chris Ceballos will be I jokingly call him my associate head coach. Not sliding Bigham in any way. Just
right.
I call Chris Sebi. I've known Sebi for a long time now, and Sebi's got a little bit more experience under his belt coaching.
Sure.
So I kind of lean on him. I'll lean on him a little bit more. I'm fired up for what Jake is going to bring to the table. He mentioned to me last summer that he was going to get into coaching, and I thought of this opportunity for him as kind of getting his feet wet before he starts his graduate assistant role, and to where he kind of gets on the other side of this thing instead of stepping on the campus and having to flip the switch right away. So it's going to be, Jake's going to be really, it's going to be really awesome having Jake around, and I'm really excited to work with him and to see him grow and give him some more responsibilities, to see him grow as a leader and as a coach. And Sebi, I met Sebi in the fall of 2018.
Okay.
So me and him were at Kansas State together, and it was both our first years there, and played with him for that year, and then the COVID year, and then he came back and played at Kansas State last year.
Oh.
And then he returned to California and coached at the junior college he went to. It's Orange Coast Community College.
Huh.
And so he's gotten a lot of good experience so far there. He was actually their third base coach, and so that's awesome to have, because I don't have any experience coaching third, and he already has that and brings that to the table.
Yeah.
And so he's a catcher. He's a really, really good hitter, so he's very knowledgeable when it comes to hitting and the catching position. And so he's going to be really big for us this summer. I'm really excited. He's one of my really good friends that I'm going to his wedding. So
wow, very cool. Now looking at the roster this year, a lot of familiar faces from last year, local guys, and some that like Trevor Matson from California that's coming back, but a lot of new guys as well. Some young guys coming up right out of high school. They're finishing up their tournaments. They're going to join the team, and for you being a first-time type manager, that's probably a good thing. You can kind of mold them the way you want. Kind of say, okay, this is what we plan on doing this season, and they have no predetermined anything to expect.
Yeah. I really like the way the roster is taking shape. With having a lot of returners back, and we certainly would have brought more back from that team last summer if they wanted to be back. But the group that we have coming back, it's the familiarity with us, and they know how I operate and what I expect, and so that's and I think it speaks to them wanting it's their option to come back and play for us, and so they wanted to come back and play for us, and it just speaks to the leadership that Scott has, and to me it's flattering to where guys that are returning seem to have enjoyed playing for me enough to want to come back and do it all again for a second summer. So it's going to be awesome, and I think that one thing that's really important in this game is building relationships with your players. And summer ball, it's weird because you get 2.5 months with them, really, or 2 months, and you're trying to build these relationships and this trust with them, to where if you do offer some advice or some suggestions, then it's not perceived as a threat. It's coming out of a genuine interest in their well-being and the development of their career. And so I think that last summer it took, as with any relationship, it takes a little bit to establish that trust. But I think having all these returners back, it's going to kind of accelerate that process for all the new guys that are coming in, to where it's not, I'm not just doing this for the benefit of my career. Like I truly care and want the best for every guy that puts on our jersey.
Well, and you're not that far removed from the game yourself. How old a guy are you?
I'm 25.
Yeah, so I mean, you're very close to a lot of their ages anyways, and so I think that'll be a big impact too. It's like, hey, this guy, he's right there with us. He just got done playing, and maybe they'll listen a little bit more than maybe a guy like 50s that's been doing this for years. You understand the game the way it's played now, and the changes over the years, and so I think maybe that will be something they can listen to. Hey, this guy's real close to our age. He knows what we're talking about. He knows what we're going through. He's been there. And that'll be a great advantage for the players to have that.
Yeah, I agree. And one of the goals of my coaching career is to recognize that with each new recruiting class that you bring in, kids are going to change, and the coaches that can adapt and grow with those kids and still reach them and still motivate them are the ones that are going to stay relevant the longest in this profession, in my opinion.
Last year you had very detailed notes. I happened to see one of them one time for pitching, and you had a pitching sheet for, I don't remember which pitch it was. I think it was Schneider or Schroeder, one of those guys. Anyways, and I mean detailed pitch by pitch how you wanted to pitch each batter of the opposing team and what you wanted to throw at different situations, and that's very detailed and that's very oriented. I know in the bullpen you had the rope set up and the guys were supposed to work on throwing the ball at a certain level, and I mean that's just the way you work. You're very detailed, you're very meticulous, and I think that's a great thing to have and a great thing to teach to these players.
Yeah, I think it stems from my playing career a little bit, to where I couldn't roll out of bed and be the best or be good or anything. I had to find every little edge that I could find to give myself a leg up or to be able to compete at a higher level. And so I've taken that with me. That's going to stay with me forever. But especially in coaching, it's, I want our guys to have attention to detail. I want them to have, be present and be aware of themselves and what they're doing and why they're having success. And it just helps establish routines and mental thinking patterns and behaviors that will serve them while they're playing baseball and long after they're done playing baseball as well.
Definitely. And so kind of along that line, that's obviously something you would like to instill in them, just to be meticulous, be on time, and have a game plan coming into each day.
Yeah, definitely. I think summer ball now, everybody does a really good job of kind of working on the physical aspects of the game, whether it's mechanics or if it's in the weight room. But there's 2 months really that we can really work on establishing some routines to where they learn how to read swings and come up with their own detailed plan of how they want to attack hitters and what they see, and just help them become aware of what they need to do to get their body right to go out and play and stuff. And so definitely, I think you mentioned the thing about showing up on time. So actually, what we're doing this summer is I've asked every guy that we've signed to send in three or four qualities that they identify in a high-performing team that supports excellence.
Okay.
So that's what we're striving for this summer. We're going to have a culture of excellence. We're going to have gone ahead and we're going to define it. And so I've had them send me in 3 to 4 qualities that they identify that help support this culture of excellence. And out of the 34 responses I got, 19 players identified accountability as one of their standards that excellent teams,
wow,
high-performing teams have about them. So the theory in my head of how it's going to work is I shouldn't have to dictate a time that they show up to the field. They should just know it because they stated it and they're holding themselves accountable to the standards that they've already set.
Sure. Yep, baseball's one of those games where every guy has a little bit different ritual and routine to get going, and sometimes those take longer, sometimes they're shorter. All right, talking to Luke Bay, the manager of the Hastings Sodbusters for the 2022 season. Luke, let's talk a little bit about you now. You're from Texas. You were a former pitcher, and now you are and have been a graduate coach at K-State.
Out of high school, I went to Paris Junior College in Paris, Texas for 3 years. I had Tommy John surgery my freshman year. That's why I got the third year at junior college. And then I came to Kansas State in fall of 2018 and played here for 2 years. And then I had the option during the COVID year to come back and play again or start my coaching profession as a graduate assistant. And so I'm finishing that up right now. I'm in my last year as a graduate assistant for Kansas State. And
I heard you just got your master's degree as well.
I did. I'm so thankful that I'm done with school. But it ironically, what I got my master's in adult learning and leadership, and it was really more geared towards like formal education systems.
Sure.
But there was a lot of parallels to coaching and athletics that I was able to draw out. So it was really beneficial for me, and I think it's going to help me a lot.
Awesome. My wife just went back and got her master's after about 12 years of being out of college, and she needed to get a special ed endorsement for teaching, and so she's like, well, might as well do my master's. So she got hers. So I know that's a lot of extra study, and congratulations on that. That's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well,
congratulations to your wife as well.
Yeah, thanks. Getting ready for a season here. It's going to be a fun season. It's a new league. There's some new teams, some new blood. These guys ready to play. Of course, Duncan Field always an exciting. It's not just a ball game; it's a show putting on. But and a great crowd that always comes out to support their teams. The funny thing to me is last year, I talked to some of these guys who play at some of these JUCOs, and you know, like, wow, we've never played in front of this many people, you know, and to hear that many people, you know, roaring and chanting your name and stuff. That's a great experience for them that they'll never forget.
Oh yeah, we have such a great home atmosphere, and I just, you know, like you said, the junior college guys are like, wow, like I can't believe this turnout, and it just goes to show the support that we get from the community and the investment that everybody makes to making this an enjoyable summer for everyone involved, and I want our guys to appreciate that and recognize that and earn that.
Very good. One of my favorite memories from last year is just meeting you and hanging out with you. I remember the first time I interviewed you, you're like, well, I really don't know what to say on these things, but you came up with a great interview, and you came up with a great interview here, so it worked out good, and I look forward to talking to you a lot this season, Luke.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
If I won one of the 8 new trucks the Nebraska Lottery is giving away in Trucks and Bucks 2022, I'd be off-roading all the time, through muddy riverbeds, across dusty prairies. I'd treat that truck like a tank. I'd be merciless.
Can I ride along?
Only if you wear shoe covers to protect the carpeting, promise not to eat or drink anything inside the cab, and polish the dashboard when you leave.
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you could win one of 8 new trucks. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you. Opening nights. And Steve, I know you and I have been talking, and we are just ready for Sodbuster Baseball this year here at 2022. We are it's just set to go.
Yep, it's going to be a good time, and really excited to see Hastings get some games in on the road. I know their first series at Fremont went by the way of the weather, but kind of pieced together a roster for that road trip at Casper, 1-2 out of 3, and a chance to see a new look team in Spearfish coming to town, they have a new manager and off to a little bit of a slow start, so maybe a chance to build some early momentum. Some of the guys just really getting here for this Sodbuster squad, so really excited about the early returns on what happened up in Casper, and have to see how it goes here at Duncan Field tonight.
Let's take a look at your starting lineup for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Last year, they won the whole thing. They were the champions of the league last year. A little bit different roster for them this year, but starting lineup for today is Johnny McHenry. He'll be leading things off at shortstop. Ryan Bachman is batting second at the Keystone at second base. Carson Green batting third in center field. Gabe Springer's the third baseman batting cleanup. Andrew Johnson is the first baseman batting fifth. Cam Hoyland is in right field. Griffin Sheeran batting seventh in left field. Batting eighth is Davis Carr, the catcher. And batting ninth is Bailey Bordas, the DH, with the pitcher, Jackson Betancourt, on the hill. So once again, for the Spearfish Sasquatch, it is McHenry, Bachman, Green, Springer, Johnson, Hoyland, Sheeran, Carr, Bordas, and Betancourt on the hill. For the Hastings Sodbusters, your starting lineup, it's going to go like this. Dallin Quinley, he is very, very fast, Steve. I don't know if you know anything about him, but we'll talk about him as it goes. But this guy is like a jackrabbit out there. He's leading things off. He is in center field. Aaron Harper, brand new guy of the roster, batting second, playing third base tonight. Trevor Matson, a familiar face. Down talking to him before the game. He is excited to be back, and we're happy to have him. He's batting third at first base. Nick Jones behind the dish tonight, batting fourth. He is the catcher. Matt Lemke is the second baseman, batting fifth. Sawyer Duddleson is in right field tonight, batting sixth. Sam Adams is your DH, batting seventh. Tyson Gertis is in left field, batting eighth, and batting ninth is Tegan Tamiya as your shortstop. So again, it's Quigley, Harper, Matson, Jones, Lemke, Duddleson, Adams, Gertis, Tamiya, and on the hill is Jake Schroeder. I had a little bit of chance to visit with him before the game as well. He showed up, he's pitching today in his shorts and T-shirt, and walked around for a little bit, and then went over and did his warm-up tosses. So happy to have him back, one of the Hastings kids back on this roster. And Steve, there's a lot of familiar faces back this year, especially in the bullpen.
Yep, a lot of pitchers who did see some time. They had their ups and downs as a pitching staff a year ago. This league is kind of a hitter's league, especially when you leave Duncan Field. Some of the parks are pretty small. You have inflated ERAs, and maybe it's a chance at redemption for some of these guys who did struggle at times in terms of getting guys out. And I know it all comes down to throwing balls and strikes, and you look at the struggles that Hastings had when they went out to Casper. It was the base on balls. That was probably the Achilles heel, as they ended up walking probably too many guys to get a sweep. But they still had enough offense to win 2 out of 3 and had a really good bullpen performance in a victory in one of those games. We'll kind of talk about that as our broadcast ensues here. Excited to bring you Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
11 guys back from last year. Well, the only position player back, as I mentioned in pregame, was Trevor Matson. The rest of the guys back, you see JT Cafferty. He was position player. This year he's a pitcher. Now they can, of course, use him. He can still swing a mean stick, but he did not bat this year in college at all. And so he's working at Arkansas Tech to be a pitcher, and so they have him on the roster as a pitcher. So otherwise, you've got your Leif Holtein back, Jeremy Schneider, Will Horton, Rand Sanders is healthy and throwing heat. He is back. Jacob Shaw, used him at second base the other night. He's one of those guys, just put me in. I don't care where you play me. Chris Mazzini's back. Jake Schroeder, and we have Manny Herrera, who didn't look like he pitched this year at all, so he's kind of making a comeback there. Trayton Scully, his best buddy, is back as well, and of course Trevor Matson. So all those guys are back, and we're happy to have them, plus a bunch of new faces this year. And new uniforms, some swag. The new Hastings Sodbusters hats with the green and just the white H. It's just very simple. Less is more. I love those hats. The uniforms are green tonight with the white pants and the pinstripes. And, Steve, we were talking before the game. Luke Bay's got longer hair. Andy's hair's longer. My hair's longer. Did you get the email on that? I think we're going with the long hair until some kind of losing streak or something comes.
We really don't have a whole lot of choice when it comes to hair in my house. So you just you go with what you got.
There you go.
And so I didn't want to have it hanging down or do the comb over, so just going to go with the short cropped, very, very neatly trimmed, if you will.
My wife says, "How long are you going to let it go?" I said, "Till it bothers me." I'm just happy I even have some to comb now, so it grows. So, Independence League, brand new league, and we look at the teams here, Steve, and Badland Big Sticks, very familiar. Canyon County Spuds, Casper Horseheads, the Gym City Bison. From Wyoming, they're one of the new teams this year. You have the Spearfish Sasquatch. They're in the Great Plains division, and then you have the Nebraska division. Fremont Moo, the Hastings Sodbusters, Nebraska Prospects, which are all made up of high school kids and have no home field. They're going to be playing all road games. The North Platte Plainsmen, I'm very excited to see them. They'll be here very soon this week. And Western Nebraska Pioneers. So some new faces, some new teams. It's going to be a very exciting season.
Yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of the teams from the now defunct, I guess you call, from the previous league are now here in the Independence League, and so you see a lot of familiar faces with those new teams. And you mentioned it, the Nebraska Prospects, a neat story with that team based out of Omaha, but no home field for them. So that allows all of the other teams, particularly in the Nebraska Land Division, to get more home games. So you have a chance to come out and play more games, and any time you get a chance to come out and watch baseball, good competition. Going to be really quality kids that are going to be coming and playing here against Hastings, and they're already off to a decent start. So, and early returns, kind of hard to pick up a favorite. I know Fremont just got underway because they had their series with the Hastings Sodbusters totally wiped away, but they did get a couple of games in, and so they're 1-1, a team that's been really good the last couple of years. Western Nebraska, they have a league title to their credit. It's been interesting. The previous league that we had, 4 different winners every year. So that's kind of been nice to see that parity, and maybe we'll hope to see that going. Why not Hastings this year?
Could be our year. You never know. You never know with this lineup. I'm very excited. We'll take a break, come back, have your first pitch as they're announcing the starting lineups and doing the first pitch with a little tiny guy out on the mound. And let's see, his is faster than mine was last year. I'm going to tell you right now. We'll be right back. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark,
I could just mute us.
Get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your way. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news.
I figured you better
Check
do
out
that
the
ad.
classifieds, browse the business directory,
competing paper.
and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Twilight.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball.
Over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Jason Frew with the singing of our national anthem as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball on a gorgeous night. The home opener. We are at historic Duncan Field. Very spacious, 367 down the right field line, 370 in left field, 405 to the alleys, 408 to straightaway center. It is news when a home run is hit out of Duncan Field. We'll have to see what happens this year's the Sodbusters and Spearfish. Sasquatch gets set to go. Sodbusters 2-1 after winning that series in Casper. They didn't have very many series wins a year ago, so nice to start 2-1. Nice to see them on the positive side of 500 to begin the year. Meanwhile, Spearfish, you mentioned they were a division winner last year, advanced to the championship series where they ended up losing in the title series. Got swept by Souris Valley. 11-4 and 8-1, but they had their best record in their young history winning the division and overall going 46-21 a year ago, 1-5 this season. So I'll have to see how it goes today as the Sodbusters and the Sasquatch square off.
Yeah, the Spearfish last year was in the first half they were 21-9. They were in second, and then in the Clark division. Then on the second half of the season, they went 25-13, and then overall, as you said, 46-22 up on Fremont. I thought for sure Fremont had that league last year, but boy, Spearfish just came on at the end and just played some great games. Speaking of coming on at the end last year, the Hastings Sodbusters, in the last 8 games last year, they won 8 of its final 10 games of the Sodbusters. Ended at 22-37, not the record they wanted, but that's what you'll take sometimes. And wrapped up the season on the road, I believe, against the Casper Horseheads. Jake Schroeder on the hill. Jake has not pitched for the Sodbusters this year. Happy to have him back, Hastings native. I do have some numbers on him in college. He goes to Washburn. He's only pitched, I only had 1 inning for him this year, but that can't be right. Anyways, hits, he had 19. That would be a heck of an inning. 12 earned runs. His ERA was only 4.75, though. He's given up 5 triples, 27 doubles, and struck out 12 batters by walking 10. So 6'5", Jake Schroeder out there, and I'm promised not to confuse him with Schneider this year. They're very similar build and similar-looking guys.
Jake, 19 innings at Washburn, the finance major for the Ichabods, as Washburn, a member of the MIAA, and a really good team Washburn had this year.
And we're getting set here. And first batter coming up is Ryan McHenry. McHenry, first pitch, swinging over to first base. Trevor Matson slips, but shovels it over, and they get him out at first. So Matson loses his footing, goes down on his right elbow, but still tosses it. He would use his mouth if he has to toss it to first down.
Yeah, I tell you what, get used to the turf again. A little bit slippery for Trevor Matson, but great effort and a heck of a job for Jake to go over and cover the bag, not taking for granted that Trevor was going to make the play himself.
Ryan Bachman comes up for the Sasquatch. Bachman is the starting second baseman tonight, batting .235 on the season. Schroeder, righty versus righty here, getting the sign from his catcher. That one kicks away from Jones, but nobody on base. No harm, no foul. A lot of catchers on the roster this year for the Hastings Sodbusters. Some of those guys obviously can be used, some other places and that kind of thing as you need. But it's nice to have a lot of catchers than have not enough. Last year we had just enough.
Well, there were so many injury issues last year to not only the catching position but others. The Sodbusters suffered an injury to one of their better players who was a catcher a year ago.
Yeah, McGuigan. That one misses, and it's 3-0 here to Bachman. So just underway here. Opening night at Duncan Field. This is the 4th game of the year for the Sodbusters. I have the Sasquatch. I have them at 1-4, but there's been a little discrepancy on. I think there's one game that they haven't recorded yet.
Yeah, they're 1-5.
1-5. So there we go. That one, just barely missed. Not sure what that was. Maybe a little outside, and a 4-pitch walk given up by Schroeder. So a runner on here, and that brings up Carson Green, the center fielder.
Yeah, one of the growing pains, I guess, for this new league has been statistics. They've had a heck of a time getting games put into the stat program, so it's been a little bit of a challenge to figure out the true records for the teams, but we'll run those down as we think they are correct anyway, even though the stats are showing a few less games than what are shown at this point.
Schroeder only walked 10 at Washburn this year. He's facing Carson Green, the center fielder. Runner on first, and that pitch floats behind him. Checking his insurance policy there is Green, and it's 1 ball, no strikes. 5 balls in a row thrown here by Schroeder after getting the first batter on the first pitch of the game in McHenry. So 1-0 count here to Green. Green .211 batting average. Schroeder kicks and delivers. That one upstairs. 6 straight pitches that were balls here. And Jake getting his footing here. Happy to have him back once again as a Sodbuster. Nice young man. Probably brought his jumper cables just in case, Steve.
Yeah. But the lights are off.
All right, good. He didn't even have a problem with it. That was what was cool. A lot of kids would be like, oh, man, I got plans. Pitch outside. So it's 3-0 here. Sasquatch wearing these, I don't know what you call that blue. I guess it's
Carolina blue.
Carolina blue. That's a good description of it. Blue uniforms with the gray pants. And really, I like that blue. That's really cool. They had the cool Sasquatch logo as well black hats with the Carolina blue bill, and that one taken all the way. It's another 4-pitch walk. 8 balls in a row thrown here by Schroeder, and Jones is going to come out and talk to his pitcher.
And Sasquatch dugout really getting on Schroeder at this point as he tries to find his measure. Yeah, when you come off a spring where you don't maybe pitch as much as you want to through 19 innings at Washburn to 27 strikeouts and 12 walks, and probably didn't get many opportunities to start. More of a bullpen guy at Washburn, so a little bit of a different feel. Got that first out, you think, all right, you kind of settle in, but really is still trying to settle in at this point and walking himself into a little bit of a jam at this point.
So brings up left-handed batting Gabe Springer, the third baseman. Springer batting 176 on the young season. Some of these guys, keep in mind, have just joined the team or just joined within the last couple games, so a lot of these stats are still kind of new. There's a strike in there to Springer. Runners on first and second. One down here in the first. Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you. Thanks for watching on the YouTube. We're doing YouTube only this year, so if you were expecting it on Mixler Radio, we're just doing the YouTube feed this year. And you can see what's happening here. Beautiful day at Duncan Field. Flags bowling from left to right, dead center. Schroeder checks his runners, checks them again. Pitch, inside out swing. Nice job to right field. And runners will stay at the bases and leave them loaded. So nice piece of hitting there for Gabe Springer. Just took the pitch where it was and smacked it into shallow right field. Getting it in quickly was Duddleson, but bases loaded here for Sasquatch.
Yeah, and those 2 early walks setting the table, and all of a sudden you get a little blooper. You get one that was fairly solidly struck, but it certainly wasn't a gap or anything like that. And a decent pitch for Schroeder there, but now he really has to bear down. Sodbuster's a double play away from getting out of it with no damage done, but a big hit away from giving up a crooked number.
Andrew Johnson comes up. 5 hits for him on the season, 278 average, 2 RBIs, and bases are loaded. Ducks on the pond, as they say. Schroeder takes a deep breath, stands on the first base side of the rubber. Gets a sign from Jones, kicks and delivers, does the tall right-hander. That one smacked in right field, too. Over the second baseman, that'll score at least 1. They're waving the runner around, having a hard time holding on to it is Duddleson, and that'll be 2-0. Suddenly, here's Spearfish in the first inning.
Yep, 2 little flares. That one just over the glove of Hastings second baseman Matt Lemke, and so a 2 RBI single for Andrew Johnson, and Spearfish takes advantage of those walks, and now Jake Schroeder has to try to battle here to avoid a very large inning.
Schroeder, 2 earned runs there, 2 hits. Only the 1 out. Runner still on first and second here. Bringing up left-handed batting Cam Hoyland. Hoyland, the right fielder. 667 batting average for him. He has had 3 at-bats on the season. Only struck out once. These guys are swinging on first pitch. That could be 2 from shortstop. Back over to first, and did they get him? No, they call him safe at first.
But now they are going to rule the double play. The guy who was sliding into second, Andrew Johnson, did not slide quickly enough, and they are going to rule the double play. I don't think the Spearfish manager is going to be too pleased with this, but as it stands, it's a double play that ends the inning and only 2 runs allowed for the Sodbusters.
Shane Gardner pleading his case out there, but that's the end of the inning, and that's the break the Sodbusters needed to get out of it. And big breath of relief there for Jake Schroeder. 2-0 Spearfish. Bottom of the first coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Wow, is the heat on?
A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Well, welcome back. Duncan Field is Spearfish able to put 2 on the board in the top of the first. Bottom of the first coming up here for the Hastings Sodbusters. I'm Josh Salmon. That's Steve Stein to my left. And it'll be Dallin Quigley, Aaron Harper, and Trevor Madsen up against the left-hander here, Jackson Betancourt. And look at some numbers here on Betancourt for Spearfish. He has pitched 6 innings this season already. He won in just 1 game. He started that game at a 4.50 ERA. Batting average against him is .227, striking out 7 batters, 1 walk, and 3 earned runs in that time. An 0-1 record there for Betancourt. So Betancourt, the lefty, big, tall left-hander. Getting you a height on him. I don't know how big he is. They have him at 6'1". He looks a little taller than that.
Sodbuster's really fortunate in some ways and unlucky in others to give up the 2 runs. I mean, Schroeder really walked himself into the jam, and then 2 kind of bloop hits, plating runs. But then the Sodbusters a fortunate call going their way as they were able to get the lead runner, but the double play was ruled because the guy going into second base didn't slide properly, and so Sodbusters given the double play, and so giving up just 2, probably maybe fortunate the way that inning was unfolding for Jake Schroeder.
Well, I think some of our sponsors, Allo Communications, Pepsi-Cola of Hastings. Visit Hastings, the Adams County Visitors Bureau. By the way, some of these guys are going to be visiting the Bigfoot Museum tomorrow on both sides of the team. That's pretty cool. And a Nebraska Lottery as well. So Dallin Quigley leading things off here for the Hastings Sodbusters, and this guy is very, very quick, and I'd love to see him get on base and see him run. Quigley this season batting 605 at-bats. Struck out 2 times. First pitch is a ball to him. Dallin Quigley. And Quigley, a right-handed batter. Wears the number 4 on his jersey.
Give you updated numbers as we get an opportunity. As we kind of went through scorebook, like I say, the official stats not up to date, but he's had good games in all 3 of the Sodbuster games so far.
Quigley, only one of 3 outfielders listed on the roster. There's other guys obviously that can play out there. He goes to Paris Junior College. 2-1 here now. To Quigley. Aaron Harper to up next, the newest Sodbuster. It's 3-1 to Quigley. Like I said, a very good guy to have on the base pass. Quigley, extremely fast. He has stolen 2 bases this year. Does lead the team in that category. Getting the sign is Betancourt. Kicks and delivers as the lefty. That one is up high and outside. Good eye there for Quigley, and the leadoff hitter's on for the Busters. A good start here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Quigley had a 4-hit game in the first game of a doubleheader on Saturday against Casper. Followed that up with a hit and a run scored, and then had the 3 hits on Sunday in that 17-7 loss.
Brings up Aaron Harper, the third baseman. I know nothing about him because he was just added to the roster before the game started. I know that he's right-handed, and he's playing third base. That's about it. Runner on first is Quigley. It's a little harder to steal a base against a left-handed pitcher. Good lead over there being held on at first base. Doesn't go. That pitch way outside. Would have been a great one to go on because the catcher had a hard time holding on to that one. Carr does reel it back in, does the catcher. You've got Sheeran, Green, and Hoyland in the outfield for the Spearfish. Springer, McHenry, Bachman, and Johnson left to right with Carr behind the dish. Betancourt with a 1-0 count here to Aaron Harper. Mentioned Betancourt. He's only walked 1 batter before Quigley coming into this season in 6 innings pitched. 2-0 here to Aaron Harper. When I saw Harper on the lineup, I thought, okay, no, he can't be related to Bryce. there's no way.
But we don't know that. We don't know yet because we know nothing about him.
It could be.
Yes.
It's spelled the same.
Yes. And you know, Harper is such an unusual name.
Yeah. It's like Stein.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That one's outside 3-0. I met a guy the other day that said he knew some salmons, and I was like, yep, we're all the same stream.
Yeah.
So there we go. Carr going to go up and talk to his pitcher here. Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. A lot of sponsors this year. We want to thank everybody. Nebraska Land Distributing, Hastings Tribune, and Eagle Distributors. Also want to thank Graham Tire, Sam's Club, Nebraska Realty, and Fisk Chiropractic, one of our new sponsors as well. Sodbuster Baseball, always a great time for your Little League team. Bring your outings. All right, bring your Little League team and have an outing. Book those now. Contact Trevor, sodbusters.trevor@gmail.com. And with that, of course, you get free admission. Give Trevor your 3 dates you prefer. Come on out and enjoy the ball game. Plus, you get to walk out on the field with the team.
Aaron Harper is from Helmet, California. And
wow.
He goes to Northern Illinois, 6'2", 205 pounds. So good job, Andy, getting his information on the Sodbuster roster.
Oh, it's on there now.
Moments before the game.
There we go.
That is Aaron Harper.
All right, thank you very much. Helmet, California. Interesting. So ball 4 as the pitch is outside. First 2 batters via the free pass here for the Busters to take anything you can get, right? Give away free bases, and that brings up your RBI man, Trevor Madsen from last year. And you guys, Trevor Madsen originally wasn't going to come back to Sodbusters and then decided, okay, I'm going to. He was sixth in the division with a .315 batting average last year. Okay, he led the team in home runs with 6. That was a 4-way tie in the league. Led the team in RBIs with 48. That was 7th in the league. Matson played 210 innings in 52 games last year for Hastings. He made 6 assists, only 2 errors, playing both first base and third base. He also led the team hit by pitches. Maybe not something you want to lead in, but he did. And he stole some bases last year. 12 stolen bases. That was second on the team, by the way. Happy to see him back. 1-0 count here to Matson. 2 runners on. 2-0 Spearfish. That one over the outside corner. Matson doesn't dispute it. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Trevor Matson. Trevor majoring in business. He's working on his master's at Gardner-Webb, Steve. I was talking to him before the game on that. So I need business advice down the road. I'm going to give him a call. People say, mind your business. Oh, no, I'm going to let Trevor mind my business. How about that? 1 ball, 1 strike. And that went inside. Good movement there from Betancourt. And it goes to 1-2. So you've got Quigley standing on second. Harper standing on first, both via the free pass. Trevor Matson with a half blue bat. His green uniform. Good to see number 34 back out there. Shaking off the sign, getting a new one is the pitcher, Betancourt. That one way upside and outside. Trevor Matson goes to Gardner-Webb, as we mentioned, college this year. Kind of a tough year for him at Gardner-Webb, so maybe he's looking to redeem himself a little bit and work on some stuff. This guy has a baseball. I think he sleeps with a baseball bat. He just loves the game. And he's one of those guys in the dugout that just have everybody, in a good mood. 3 home runs this season at Gardner-Webb, but batting average only 167. Stepping off is Betancourt. 84 bats for Gardner-Webb this year. 14 hits is all. 12 RBIs, hit by pitch twice, 12 walks in that time. Struck out 33 times, so he's going to work on some stuff there. There's a 2-2 coming up from Betancourt. That one is way outside as well. Whatever the breaking pitch he's trying to throw is not falling, and somehow Carr ended up catching that thing to save the runners from advancing.
He's thrown 3 strikes to 3 batters so far, and that is not a recipe for staying in the game long at this point.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's trying to throw there, but something with his release point, and that ball's going way outside. So 3-2 here. Trevor Matson, no outs, nobody on, or no runs in, 2 runners on. 2-0 Spearfish. Buster's trying to battle back here with good RBI man at the plate. Here is the pitch. That one hit to deep left center field. Who's it going to be? Center fielder, right fielder, left fielder, and left fielder does track it down. Nice catch there by Sheeran as Quigley is able to tag up at second and move on to third base. I didn't think anybody was going to get that. It was heading down the power alley at 405. That thing probably went about 390 in the air, but it just hung up there long enough for Sheeran to get to it.
And Sheeran, great adjustment because he lost it off the bat. You could see him hold his hands up saying, where the heck is it? Was able to get to the left center field gap to make the catch. And a big first out for Spearfish.
So runners on the corners now with Nick Jones, the catcher, coming up. One of many catchers on this squad here for Hastings this year. He's only had 1 at bat on the season, no batting average yet for Nick Jones. Number 15, left-handed versus left-hander here. Jones from Arkansas Tech. Teammate of JT Cafferty. Under Coach Dawson out there. Great program. We have several guys from Arkansas Tech on the team this year.
That was the best move to first base for Betancourt. You hope he keeps throwing. He put one in the dirt. And it was only about 45 miles an hour. If Dallin Quigley would have taken off from third, he would have gotten home easily as they made a little, you have to call it the B or C move to first base to try to keep Harper close.
So the pitch is a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Bottom 1, 2-0 Spearfish. Buster's battling back here. That one a little chopper foul behind the catcher here. And it's going to go quickly 0-2 to the catcher. Talking about people from Arkansas Tech, right fielder Duddleson, also from Arkansas Tech. Nick Jones, JT Cafferty, Will Horton. So great program. We had kind of got some guys from there last year, and Scott worked out a deal this year. We'll talk to him about that when he comes up in the 4th inning. But good program there under Coach Dawson. The 0-2 coming up here. Runners on the corners. Pitch on the way to Jones. That one is a chopper on the third base side, and we'll do the 0-2 again. Jason Frew running the promotions down there again. I think we have the best promotion guy in the league. I'm just going to come out and say that right now. What a cool job he does. He gets everybody into it, the trivia, the music, the fun. You're not just coming to a baseball game at Duncan Field. You're coming to a show, and he's a big part of that. No balls, 2-strike pitch coming up here. And that one way upstairs. Carr bluffs like he's going to throw to third, but doesn't. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on the corners. 2-0 Spearfish. Scored 2 runs on 2 hits in the first inning. Did leave 2 runners on, though. Outfield playing rather shallow and right and center. A little deeper left, but the left-handed hitting. Jones. Buster's backstop up here, trying to get a run in for his team. They're setting up on the inside part of the plate. They go outside, and it is called strike 3. I think the umpire got that one right as he froze him. It looked like a fastball.
Nice battle back for Jackson Betancourt after he was really in trouble. Down on the count to Trevor Matson after walking the first 2. Gets Matson to fly out and strikes out Jones and has a chance to get out of this with no damage done unless Matt Lemke can keep it going.
For Betancourt, the 8th strikeout of the season, and the second baseman, Matt Lemke, comes up. Don't confuse him with Mark Lemke, the old Atlanta Braves second baseman.
So neat to see some new guys in the lineup today. Matt making his debut. He's a K-State commit, and now getting his first opportunity to see some college pitching, if you will.
Throw over to first. Runner was back. Throw over to first again, and not a good pickoff move. That time it gets away from the first baseman, and that will score Quigley. So you talked about the horrible pickoff move, going from first to third, and will go in standing up is Harper. So that is not a good pickoff move, and he showed that bad pickoff move again. It took Busters a little bit to get it, and it was like, hey, dance around over there, make him throw, and they did, and they forced things. Small ball playing here by Luke Bay.
So Quigley scores. The throw nowhere really close to the first baseman as going back and standing up was Aaron Harper, and it got by Andrew Johnson. There's a lot of foul territory up the right side, and when all was said and done, Harper able to get to third.
So that went outside. E1 there on the throw. 2-1 now. Busters down by 2, down by 1 here with 2 outs. 1-0 count. Only 1 pitch has been thrown. He's thrown more to first base than he has to the plate. Now that number's even as he blows a fastball right by Lemke. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on third base there is Aaron Harper, the third baseman. Lemke. K-State commits from Blue Valley Northwest High School. 6 foot tall, 170 pounds. Hometown is Overland Park, Kansas, so probably a Royals fan, I'm guessing. Overland Park is nice. Well, I like to stay when I go to the Royals games. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 2-1. Shaking off the sign there is Betancourt. Crowd into it here at the game. That one fouled back. Good job staying alive. Cue the Bee Gees music there for Matt Lemke. Crowd on hand here for opening nights. Lots of great things going on. That July 6th game I'm looking forward to. It's going to be a military baseball team coming in. We'll talk about that more as the season progresses. Hey, Buster the mascot out too. That one gets away from Carr. Runner's going to go. The play at the plate, and they're going to have him by a long shot. He took off very late. Probably shouldn't have went on that one, and that'll be the 3rd out. You hate to run yourself out of an inning when you get something going like that. Not the best base running there for the Sodbusters.
Yep, unfortunate, but the Sodbusters do get 1 on no hits.
So no hits, 1 run, an error, and nobody left on base. At the end of 1 complete, it is 2-1. Spearfish, they're coming up here in the top of the 2nd inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door.
Doing all right, Caden?
Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your
Doing right. Good.
Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at NebraskaRealty.com.
That might be kind of fun. Welcome back to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein along with you. Caden Kirkak running our cameras to my right. Welcome aboard, Caden. Good to have you, buddy. Does a good job for us. Buster's able to get one on the board there in the bottom of the first. They trail 2-1. Coming up here for the Spearfish Sasquatch is going to be 7-8-9 hitters. It'll be Sheeran, Carr, and Bordas. Griffin Sheeran steps in. Wears the number 40 on his back. He is the left fielder. First pitch in there for a strike from Jake Schroeder. Schroeder got in a little bit of trouble, but got that weird double play where the runner didn't slide in time to get out of the inning last time. Griffin Sheeran, 182 batting average. 1 ball, 1 strike count to Sheeran. That one a high chopper to third base. Up with it, over to first. Nice job there by Harper to Matson, 1 down.
Very well played by Harper as he didn't let the hop play him and was making the move and made the strong row to first and made a good play there to begin this second inning. So the second inning begins the same way as first. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Last year, the Spearfish Sasquatch won the season series 4-1 over the Sodbusters. Busters only take 1 game from them, and we talked about how good a squad that was last year for Spearfish. 1 ball, no strike here to Davis Carr, the catcher, doing a great job behind the plate. He's had a tough night with his pitcher, off-speed pitch not going all over the place. And back up the middle, let's see who gets to it. Lemke, no, shortstop picks it, throws it to first. Nice play, and he is out. Good play there by the shortstop, Tamia. It was headed towards Lemke, but Lemke was letting it roll towards him. Right jumped in front of him as Tamia made the throw on the run, all one motion. That is a tough play. Nice job.
Left side infield really looking very good in this second inning for the Sodbusters. 2 quick outs after Jake Schroeder threw 13 pitches, and it felt like a lot more in that first inning to give up a couple of runs.
Bailey Bordas coming up to DH. He's the 9th place hitter. 2 outs here. 2-1 is the Spearfish score. In the bottom of the first, they lead. Now pitch outside. Schroeder takes a deep breath. Righty versus righty here. Kicks and delivers. That one fouled back towards our way. 1 ball, 1 strike on the fastball. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Bordas. Johnny McHenry would be due up next if Bordas can find a way to get aboard. Spearfish able to get 2 runs on 2 walks. 2 hits in the first inning, but left a guy on base. Actually left 2 on base. Here's the 2-1 from Schroeder. That one inside-out swing and hit that one off the handle, off the facade, and then down right in front of us. You got to be watching for baseballs flying around here at Duncan Field. The new Independence League baseball logos on them. Hot off the press, I saw Andy unloading them, bringing them over. And it was like a ray of light. I made up the ray of light part. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I still have my ball for my first pitch. I don't think Scott's going to ask me again this year.
I hope he doesn't ask me.
It was 42 miles an hour, but it was straight. 3 balls, 2 strikes is the count. Full count here. Schroeder kicks and delivers, and that one misses inside for ball 4. Had some great movement on it, but not biting. Is Bordas to the top of the order with 2 outs. Comes up Johnny McHenry.
Unfortunate for Schroeder. Had a chance to work a 1-2-3 inning. Now you turn the lineup over, and he needs to bear down here to keep his 1-run game.
So back to top of the order. Johnny McHenry grounded out to begin the game on the first pitch. Ground out to first base with Matson slip, but made the toss over to Schroeder covering. Run on first. Not a big lead. Being held on. Swung on and missed on that one. No balls in, 1 strike. Schroeder really looking like he's finding the groove now, and that's a great thing for the Sodbusters. He looked a little rusty in the first, but talked to Luke Bay, who's a former pitcher himself. The thing I like about Luke, too, is he's only a couple years older than a lot of these guys. He's only 25. That went inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Like to see you out here next 2 nights, 6:35 for the Spearfish Sasquatch. If you can't make it tonight, we forgive you. Thank you for watching the YouTube. We'll have every home game here broadcasted. That one right over the second baseman into center field, going first to third, and good heads-up base running there by Bordas. But they got the runner in the pickle here. They're going to try to score the run, so this is important that you get this out. There is nobody covering first base, and the runner scores. There's 2 guys standing at second base, nobody covering first base. That's a tough one because if you're the catcher, you got to stay home, because the runner's coming from third.
Yeah, probably needed the pitcher to go over and cover, but yeah, that's a tough situation. It would have been 1st and 3rd, and actually had a great chance to get the runner at first. Couldn't get him when all is said and done, a single and a run scored for Spearfish.
So Johnny McHenry, I don't give him an RBI on that one.
No.
But he is 1 for 2. Run scored there. Brings up Bachman, who was the first one to get walked, to come around and score the first run of the game. Ryan Bachman, 0-1 here. Schroeder's having a good time, doing a good job getting ahead of his hitters. He just needs to finish it off. Smart base running there by Coach Gardner of Spearfish. That one outside now. Schroeder needs to bounce back. This is important that he gets this guy out. They're allowing another run, down 3-1 now. Here in the second. Schroeder gets a sign from Jones, shakes it off, wants another one. Still looking, runner over at first is McHenry. Scoring the run there was Bordas. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Schroeder gets a sign, kicks and delivers. That one outside again. He's having a hard time with that slider. It is not sliding. 3 balls, 1 strike here. Now we're seeing the Jake Schroeder of the first inning. Let's have him bounce back here. Hastings guy wants to finish off the inning here for his hometown crowd. Runner goes, and it doesn't matter. It's ball 4. So another walk coming up. That's the 4th of the game by Jake Schroeder.
And after 2 quick outs, walk, single walk, along with the misplay for the Sodbusters when they had a chance to get a runner on the bases and in the inning with no runs scored. Now Spearfish thinking about putting another crooked number on the board with 2 on and 2 out.
Brings up Carson Green. Green walked his first time up, 211 batting average for Green. He is the center fielder. Runners on first and second here. 3-1 Spearfish. That one called a high strike. So Jake Schroeder was in danger. I mean, he went right through the first 2 batters on 2 groundouts, then a walk, as you said, single, and another walk here. It's important to get this batter out and not allow any more runs. Down by 2. There's Schroeder's pitch. That one foul off first base side and into the parking lot here, Duncan Field. Down in the count is Carson Green, 0-2.
He's thrown 33 pitches already, only 14 of them strikes. That is not a ratio that is going to have you last a long time.
Be interesting to see with the sun here at Duncan Field. The left fielder out there, Gertis. That's a tough left field here. If anything hit out that way, you get up in that sun, it's a tough place to catch a ball here at Duncan Field this time of night. Here is the 0-2 pitch coming up, and got him in there. Wow, what movement on that one. Just froze him, deer in the headlights. And down goes the Spearfish here in the second. But they score 1 run on 1 hit, leave 2 on base. At the end of 1.5, our score is 2-1. Busters coming up in the bottom of the second inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving.
What was that
and make
pitch?
Sure your rehabilitation
I'm not sure.
is effective, efficient, and stress-free.
That was a great movement.
Suffer from headaches and neck pain?
What was it?
Lower back or sciatica?
No, I know, but I mean,
Fisk Chiropractic
what was the
and
throw?
Sports
What was the pitch?
Start to discover wellness
Something off
The
speed.
breaking ball.
Yep.
Fisk
Yeah,
Chiropractic
I was just
Sports
curious. It had great movement.
Start feeling
It almost looked
better
like a slider.
now. The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Duncan Field. Here is Josh Salmon along with you, Steve Stein. And there we go. Sorry. Pushing some buttons here. Well, Busters and Schroeder got in a little bit of trouble there after retiring the first two batters of the second inning, but they left 2 on. He got out of it on a great off-speed pitch. And coming up here for the Busters, still trying to get through the first time in the order, will be Lemke, Duddleson, and Adams. It is the 5, 6, 7 hitters here due up for Hastings. First pitch swinging on that one goes to second base. Bachman over to first, and there is 1 down on 1 pitch. If you'd like to find out how to be a junior Sodbuster broadcaster, well, this is what we're going to do. Enter a chance for your kid to win in broadcasting with myself and Steve during a game in July. We'll be doing 2 innings. Kids must be between the ages 8 and 15. Please try to give us a good talker if you can. Nothing worse than putting a kid on the air and they're quiet. We'll email your kids, and we'll choose a couple of those between now and July. Email it to salmonsaysmedia@gmail.com.
Yeah, if we don't want bad talkers, we got enough of those already.
Yeah, we've already got a couple of those. I'm on here already.
Yeah,
hey,
we don't need another.
So between ages 8 and 15, 2 innings during a July game. We'll work that out with the parents. But it's a good chance for kids to learn some broadcasting and what it takes to broadcast a game. Pitch upstairs there. I have a 2-0 count. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think scoreboard's still first game. Still working.
So 2-1 count here. And pitch coming up. That one outside as well. So 3-1 now to Sawyer Duddleson. Duddleson, the right fielder. One of those Arkansas Tech guys we talked about. Pitch on the way. Inside out swing, and that one smacked past the second baseman into right field. So a 3-0 pitch swinging. You know, they tell you since the time you're a fetus to take a 3-0 pitch, and he doesn't, and it pays off for him. Nice inside out swing there by Duddleson, and he is on base for the first hit of the game for Hastings.
He had a couple of multi-hit games in that doubleheader win over Casper on Saturday.
So it brings up Sam Adams, the first baseman. And Adams could very well at another stadium be the beer batter easily with the name of Sam Adams.
Yeah.
I'm sure that there's a lot of things around his college that, hey, we're going to go have some Sam Adams. We're going to go hang out with Sam Adams. It's like, oh, yeah. Sam goes to Western Texas College, Fort Worth. Throw down to first, runner back. Carr wants to keep him close, keep him honest over there. Duddleson goes diving back to first base. And for Sawyer Duddleson, which is my favorite name on the team this year, by the way. I love the name Sawyer Duddleson. I just think that's cool. Duddleson has no stolen bases on the season. And that pitch outside. So 2 balls, no strikes to the batter here, Sam Adams. Short lead over at first for Duddleson. He's not going anywhere. That one hit right to the second baseman. Jumps in front of it. Has a hard time holding on the ball and throws it to first. They don't get him. Pulls the first baseman off the bag. So I think he took his eye off the ball and watched the runner, Bachman. It should have been a routine ground ball. It took 1 hop. Maybe not used to playing on turf, and then he just took his eye off the ball and couldn't get the throw over. Pulled the first baseman, Johnson, off, and runners on here for the Busters. 2 runners on.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a double play in terms of I thought if he takes 2 steps in, he catches it in the air, and he has a chance to throw back to first to get an inning-ending double play, and now the Sodbusters trying to take advantage of the second error of the day on Spearfish.
That one E4, and that brings up Tyler Gertis, left fielder, chance for an RBI here. 2 runners on. Busters down by 2. The score is 3-1. They're correcting it on the scoreboard right now. Pitch is 1 ball, no strikes to Gertis. Tyson Gertis wears the number 9. Nick Carlson's number from last year. Gertis goes to UNO. One of the Nebraska guys on the team. A couple of them this year. That one misses. 2 balls, no strikes. So you had Lemke ground out to begin the inning. Sawyer Duddleson with the single to first, and then he advanced to second on the error made a moment ago by the pitcher. So Sam Adams over on first base. 2 on, 1 out. Busters only have 1 hit in the game. 1 on. Swung on and missed on that one, and the catcher goes down. So they're going to call a timeout as the catcher is down. Carr is holding himself. He got hurt on that one.
I think it was a foul in the dirt, and it came up, and it got him pretty good, so we will hope that Davis Carr is able to continue, but right now he is in a lot of pain.
I have no desire to ever be a catcher. I never did. I had a coach that wanted me to be a catcher one time, and I was like, nope, not happening. Not doing it. Sodbusters baseball camp going on at the YMCA, led by the Sodbuster players and coaches. This is a really cool deal. June 20th and 21st for 8 and 9-year-olds, and June 22nd to 23rd for 10 to 12-year-olds. Details on our Facebook page, but it goes from 9 until noon. Members of the Y pay $50. Non-members pay $60. Registration deadline is June 15th for Sodbuster baseball camp. This is a really cool chance for the players and the public to get to know each other, along with the coaches as well. Barbecue with the players, free ticket to a game, and a T-shirt included in all that. That's going on. Make sure you're registered by the 15th of June. More details on our Facebook page, as the catcher is still down there, his Carr. That's a tough one.
Below the belt, as they say, and he was able to get off of all fours for a moment and still trying to gather himself. And one of the assistant coaches for the Sodbusters has come out. I think that is one of the newcomers this year. Guy who probably can feel the pain, Chris Sabalos. He was a catcher in his own right for Kansas State, good friend of Luke Bay and the assistant coach for Luke. And so kind of see how Davis Carr is able to overcome, and hopefully can overcome this. Sodbusters trail it by a score of 3-1, but a big opportunity with 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the second inning. It's the home opener as coming into today's standings in the Nebraska Land Division. North Platte 4-2, Western Nebraska 3-2, as Davis Carr has now come to his feet, getting a drink of water, and we'll see if he's able to continue. Sodbusters 2-1, the Nebraska Prospects and the Fremont Moo both 1-1, so nobody in the Nebraska Land Division is below 500. Meanwhile, the Great Plains Division, Badlands 5-1, Gem City 3-2, Casper 2-4, Spearfish 1-5, Canyon County 0-3 heading into today. We've got Casper, Western Nebraska, and North Platte at Fremont matchups in the Independence League, the brand new league made up of a lot of the teams from the former Expedition League, with 10 teams overall, 5 in each division. These two teams were in the same division a year ago, but Spearfish now a member of the Great Plains Division, while the Sodbusters in the Nebraska Land Division.
So Davis Carr going to be okay, as the count is 2-1 here to Tyson Gertis. 2 runners on, Busters down. Trail 3-1 here in the bottom of the second. Just the 1 out. Pitcher gets his sign. That's Jackson Betancourt. Comes set and swung on and missed on that one. 2-2. Here to Tyson Gertis. Tegan Tamia, will be up next, a shortstop. So you've got Sawyer Duddleson standing on second base. Sam Adams over on first base. 1 out. Trying to get something going here to get it tied up and get some runs in the second inning. Here is Tyson Gertis, left fielder. Bats right-handed. Pitch on the way. That one way outside and high. That will advance the runners 90 feet. Having all kinds of problems finding the plate here tonight is Jackson Betancourt, and this time the Busters able to take advantage of it. Coming up in the 4th inning, Scott Galusha will join us here a couple innings from now. The general manager, lots of stuff to talk about with him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Speaking of good talkers, we were talking about junior broadcasters. Scott Galusha is a good talker.
Yes, he is. He could be a little junior broadcaster. Maybe a little older. Maybe a little
there you go. I think he's past the age limit.
He's senior broadcaster.
There you go. Carefully signs the checks. That one fly out to right field and foul ball over by the entrance gate. Get your Sodbuster swag if you're coming out to Duncan Field. Lots of new hats, and I see people wearing T-shirts. Of course, the concessions are always very reasonable and great prices. They add some fried food to the menu this year, so lots more choices there as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Here, to Gertis. Tyson Gertis to left fielder. Up for the Sodbusters. They trail 3-1. Gertis currently with no batting average. First time up.
Yeah, making his Sodbuster debut, another of the guys that just basically finishing their season over the weekend. He played for UNO. They went 26-31 and went 12-12 in the Summit League. Advanced to the championship game in the Summit League tournament before being beaten pretty badly by Oral Roberts. So UNO guys just getting now into their summer locations, if you will.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 runners on. Busters trail 3-1 here, bottom of the second. Pitch on the way from Betancourt, and that was up high and outside. That'll load him up here for Tegan Tamia. Comes up. I'm going to have a hard time with that one. Shortstop. And he is from, this is really cool. You look at the stats here. I want to make sure I get it right. He goes to Washburn, but he's from Hawaii. So probably the first Sodbuster I imagine that we've had from Hawaii on the team.
Very neat, and he was a member of a very good Washburn squad in the spring and comes up in a big spot here for the Sodbusters with the bases loaded and only 1 out.
Trying to help out his his Washburn and Sodbuster friend, Jake Schroeder, who's the pitcher tonight for the Sodbusters. It's be a good chance to do it. 3 runners on here. Only 1 out. Ducks on the pond as Tamia steps out, and so does the pitcher steps off the rubber. Going to regroup here. You got Duddleson standing on third. Sam Adams on second, reached on the air. Tyson Gertis just walked a moment ago for the 3rd walk of the game, given up by Betancourt. No balls, 1 strike to Tamia. That one hit down the third base line. This could be 2, but no, he bobbled it. Took his eyes off the ball. That's going to be a run, and 2 runs are coming in to score. Runner ends up at third base from first. A nice slide, and runners at the corners for the Busters. They now tied it up 3-3.
Struggles for Spearfish as they have their 2nd error of the inning, and Sodbusters not done yet. They have runners the corners and back to the top of the order in a 3-3 game.
So 2 runs score on that one. The 2nd error of the game, and it should have been a routine ball. I think he took his eyes off the ball to watch the runner. Did the third baseman, Springer. Bounced right over the top of his glove into left field. Easy enough for Duddleson and Adams to score. And so that ties it up at 3. Back to the top of the order with Dallin Quigley. Quigley walked to lead off the game. Came around to score first run. Runners on the corners here. That one gets away from Carr, but not too far. And it's a tough night at the office there for Carr. You got a pitcher that's throwing wild like that, then it's tough to keep your balance and keep your focus behind the dish. He's doing the best job he can do.
Got the makings of a long night at the ballpark with just a 2nd inning not complete yet. 6 runs on the board.
3 runs, only 1 hit for Hastings. Runner goes, throw down to third instead of second, so they gave him the uncontested stolen base at second. Back at third is is Gertis. And a stolen base there for Tamia.
And a great job. Credit where credit is due to Gabe Springer. Had that last error. He took away an error from his catcher, Nick Joe, or as David Carr put it, in the dirt, and a nice stop on the short hop there from Gabe Springer.
Yeah, that could have easily rolled into left field. Inside out swing there, that one off the handle to our right, and that's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike here to Dallin Quigley. 3-3 our score in the bottom of the second. If you're tuning in, where have you been? No, I'm just kidding. Thanks for tuning in here on opening night from Duncan Field. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein. And pitch coming up here from Jackson Betancourt. That one is fouled off, and we go to 2-2. So Betancourt is he's a hard cat to figure out on the hill, because sometimes he's right on with a breaking ball pitch, and then the next one is 3 feet or 6 feet out of the zone there. And that's what a lot of this league is, guys who try to work on stuff. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dallin Quigley, and timeout called as there's. Looks like it was called out by the batter, I believe.
I think a catcher called it.
Oh, okay. Catcher wanted to get a new set of signs, perhaps. So runners on second and third. Busters with 2 runs in this inning already. It's all tied 3-3. That one way upstairs. It goes to 3-2. So full count here to Dallin Quigley. Aaron Harper stands on the on-deck circle if he gets a chance to come up. There's only 1 out. It's a very good chance that he will come up. Busters' chance to take the lead for the first time today here on opening night. Great crowd getting into this thing. Busters able to put 1 on the board last inning, 2 this inning thus far, and stepping off is Betancourt. So you've got Gertis over at third, Tamia at second, Curtis walked. Tamia reached on the air by the third baseman, stole second base. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Bencourt, that one foul off, and we'll do it again at 3-2.
Good job for Quigley to stay alive. Had a couple of good bats this inning. Really liked Tyson Curtis and his approach. Fouled a couple of pitches off, able to work a walk, and now Quigley, top of the order, trying to get on for the second time in the game.
3-2 pitch coming up again. He has a half green, half brown bat. I like the bat. A unique batting style, kind of the old Julio Franco, if you will. Swung on and missed on that one. Throw back to second. And runner is back, but that is the strikeout for Quigley. And there's now 2 down.
Large strikeout there for Quigley, as he's already thrown over 50 pitches in the game and has now retired 5 batters.
Aaron Harper, the third baseman, comes up. Second at bat is the Sodbuster. Walked in his first time up. 2 on, 2 out here, 2 in for the Busters. Deuces are wild this inning. The Busters able to get the crooked number up on the board, but tied at 3 apiece. Still only 1 hit for Hastings on those 3 runs. A couple errors. 3 in the game for Spearfish. That one popped up. Second baseman goes out. Center fielder comes in. It is the second baseman backpedaling and does make the catch out there. It's Bachman to leave 2 on. But 2 runs in on 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 left on base. All tied at 3 apiece. This is Sodbuster baseball. Third inning coming up. Steve will have you in the third inning here at Duncan Field from Sodbuster Baseball.
Remember Nebraska Pick 3, 2x2, and My Day. 3 great Nebraska Lottery
that
Lotto
one can
games
stay down.
that are all $1 per play with drawings every day.
I was just hitting
Nebraska
the
Pick
right.
3 lets you
You
choose
had it
your
right.
own bet type. 2x2 has a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. Must be 19, please play responsibly. Oh, got a reminder. Produced Nebraska Lottery commercial. I'm all over that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and
Roll
faceless
the onion
customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
I'll throw it to you. And welcome back there to Duncan Field. Josh Salmon, and now throw over for the third and fourth inning to Steve Stein.
Thank you very much, Josh. As Gabe Springer, Andrew Johnson, and Cam Hoyland will be the first 3 up against Jake Schroeder. Schroeder's struggled his way through the first 2 innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 3 hits. Walks have been an issue, 4 of them so far. He struck out 1, 35 pitches thrown, but his counterpart, Jackson Betancourt, has thrown 53, so we've already seen almost 90 pitches thrown, and we've played just 2 innings in a 3-3 ball game here at spacious Duncan Field, and this field is looking very, very good. 408 to straightaway center, 367 to the right corner, and 370 to the left field corner. And left-handed hitting Gabe Springer steps to the plate. He singled his first time up back in inning number 1. Schroeder, the right-hander, takes a look at his catcher, Nick Jones, and brings home the pitch. This one is drilled to right field, carrying well on his horse. Not going to get there is Duddleston. This one hops the wall around first. Heading to second is Springer, and Springer, with the hardest hit of the day, opens the third inning with a double. 1 on, nobody out for Spearfish.
Right off the red of the 367 in right field. That thing, if it would have got a jet stream, might have got out of here. The wind is blowing left to right, so if he got that a little bit higher and about a foot farther, he would have had himself a home run. And boy, that thing was just tattooed, and nice piece of hitting there by Springer.
It'll bring up Andrew Johnson, who has the big hit in the ball game so far for the Sasquatch. He had a 2-run single back in the first, was eliminated as part of a double play back in inning number 1. Johnson stands in the right-handed box for the Spearfish Sasquatch, looking for their second win of the year. Hastings coming in at 2-1, Spearfish 1-5 as the pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Andrew Johnson. He's from Trinity International. Trinity International is the college coached by the head coach for Spearfish, Shane Gardner. In his first year, got the job relatively late as Jared Molina stepped out after directing his team to the division title a year ago. Pitch in there for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike, and brought a couple of his players with him, including the number 5 hitter, Andrew Johnson. 1 on, nobody out. 3-3 the score here in inning number 3 at Duncan Field. As Schroeder comes set. He's been working out of the stretch a lot today as the pitch is taken upstairs. He's had base runners behind him through the first 2 innings. 2 balls and a strike on Andrew Johnson for the Spearfish Sasquatch.
Yeah, it's good to see a lot of the extra guys on the roster. And over the road trip to begin the season with so many guys still playing college ball, there was a lot of pitchers playing in the defense. They were hitting the ball, which is good.
2-1 pitch on the way from Hastings product, Jake Schroeder. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count. The fans getting into it here at Duncan Field in the home opener. 3 with Spearfish, then 3 more coming up this weekend, all at home. So a good chance to see the first 6 home games for the Hastings Sodbusters. Hastings, a good mix of home and away, and get this week at home before returning to the road. Most Mondays are off, and most of the games for Hastings are at 6:35. 2-2 the count. Schroeder breaks contact, steps off, and he'll reset against Cam Hoyland.
Looking forward to that Nebraska prospects team. There's a Grand Island guy on that team. There's a Central City guy on that team. I think there's a Kearney guy, if I remember right, on there. So it'll be interesting to see some of the best high school talent, what they can bring to the table.
2-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at 1 in the dirt, making sure he doesn't go anywhere is Nick Jones, who applies the tag at a large first out here in inning number 3. That's the second strikeout for Schroeder, and that'll bring up Cam Hoyland, right fielder, who grounded into a double play his first time up.
2 sliders to the right-handed batter, both almost the exact same pitch. That one maybe just a little further outside, and both times went fishing there, did the batter Johnson.
3-3 is the score. The Sasquatch have out-hit the Sodbusters 4-1. Sodbusters have taken advantage of 3 Spearfish errors. Schroeder the pitch. Just outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Cam Hoyland. Hoyland out of Bellevue College, not to be confused with Bellevue University. Bellevue College is in Washington State. Of course, Bellevue University is in Metro Omaha. The pitch. Bouncing ball, foul, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hoyland is from Washington, one of the several guys who are from that state on this team. He's from Renton, Washington. 1-1 the count on Hoyland, 1 on. That is Gabe Springer, who doubled off the right field wall here at Duncan Field. 1-1 delivery from Jake Schroeder. He's out of the stretch and brings home the pitch. Bouncing ball right side. Matson's got it. Steps on the bag for an easy out. Advancing on the play will be Springer. So 2 outs, 1 on for Griffin Sheeran in a 3-3 game.
Shadows starting to creep their way in here, Duncan Field. If you're not familiar, that shadow goes from the right field side up the first base line. Over home plate, the batter is in the shade. The pitcher's still in the sun. And eventually here that shade will migrate towards third base, and eventually we'll have the lights on here, Duncan Field. Actually, they are on now, but eventually that'll be all the lighting.
Griffin Sheeran, a Minot State product. He's out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Stands in the right-handed box for the Sasquatch, trying to bring home a run and give his team the lead back. We've yet to see a 0 on the board for either team. Off-speeder for Schroeder, down to the dirt, and Sheeran swings and misses. No balls, 1 strike on Sheeran. Sodbuster infield, I mentioned Matson at first, Matt Lemke at second. Shortstop is Tegan Tamia, and at third base, it's Aaron Harper. The left side of the infield has made a couple of good plays today. Pitch low, it gets by the catcher. Here comes the runner home from third, and a wild pitch will score the run as Nick Jones couldn't keep it in front, and Spearfish gets the leadoff double, advances on a ground out, and a wild pitch will score Gabe Springer for the 4th run of the game for Spearfish.
Yeah, that went right through the wickets. Nothing you could do about that if you're the catcher. Just try to get it as fast as you can and run score. So you hate to give up the lead once again that way as Schroeder was booking along here.
Here's the pitch. Over but low. 2-1 the count on Griffin Sheeran. Probably a little extra mustard on that one. I think he's frustrated for giving up that run there.
Last inning he got 2 outs and then kind of fell apart for a little bit before getting his composure. See what happens here with 2 outs.
2-1 delivery. Off speed, swing and a miss. 2-2 the count on Griffin Sheeran for Spearfish. The Sasquatch, the division champion, as part of the Expedition League a year ago, advanced the championship series, lost to Souris Valley. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Sheeran. So a couple of strikeouts in the inning, but Spearfish does get on the board. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left. It's 4-3 Spearfish as you're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Come on.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit in the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center.
We're going to have them reset that. Usually it's so cold in here we have icicles.
Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
If I won one of the 8 new trucks the Nebraska Lottery is giving away in Trucks and Bucks 2022, I'd be off-roading all the time through muddy riverbeds, across dusty prairies. I'd treat that truck like a tank. I'd be merciless.
Can I ride along?
Only if you wear shoe covers to protect the carpeting, promise not to eat or drink anything inside the cab, and polish the dashboard when you leave.
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you could win one of 8 new trucks. Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Sodbusters in the bottom half of the third. It's Steve Stein, Josh Salmon. Caden Kierkak is our video producer here as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Matson, Jones, and Lemke against Jackson Betancourt. As Betancourt, the left-hander, has already thrown 53 pitches through the first 2 innings. We've yet to see a 0 on the board for either team. 2-1-1 for Spearfish, 1-2 so far for the Hastings Sodbusters as they play in the bottom half of inning number 3. Mentioned the fact that Sodbusters playing against the Sasquatch for these 3, the Nebraska Prospects in town, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All of those games at 6:35. The first home games, first 7 of them, as a matter of fact, all at 6:35. They'll have a Tuesday game against the North Platte Plainsmen, just one single game before hitting the road again to North Platte. They'll play 2 at North Platte, 3 at Western Nebraska before returning home June 13th. Here comes Trevor Matson to the plate, his second at bat of the year. Did not make the trip to Wyoming, and now he is in the left-handed box and takes strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Trevor Matson. Great to see him back. He is transferred to Gardner-Webb, played his first year with the Runnin' Bulldogs in the spring. They went 24-36, went 11-13 in the Big South Conference. His third year playing at this division, if you will, as he played for Western Nebraska 1 year. Now in his second year with Hastings Sodbusters. Watches this one go by for ball 1. Really the heart and soul of the team a year ago, as Josh mentioned how many categories he led and was just a great leader for this team as the season progressed. One of the guys who had some experience in a very young team a year ago, and it's great to have his leadership again on this squad for the Sodbusters this summer. 1-2 pitch on the way, and swing and a miss. Good job for Betancourt to get one by Matson, and Betancourt has been able to get some timely strikeouts to remain a part of this game. His team leads at 4-3. That's the third strikeout against Betancourt. 1 out, nobody on for Nick Jones. So as we are in the bottom half of inning number 3 for the Sodbusters, it's Jones who struck out looking his first time up. Catcher takes it across for strike 1, no balls, 1 strike on Nick Jones. Out of Little Rock Baptist Prep High School, playing college ball at Arkansas Tech. One of the several players who play for the Wonder Boys.
I love the Wonder Boys. Yeah, that's a great mascot.
1 ball and 1 strike on left-handed hitting Nick Jones.
Betancourt working a lot quicker this inning.
Yep, seems to be in a little more of a groove, and both pitchers would love to find a way to work some 1, 2, 3 innings, particularly Betancourt, who had already thrown over 50 pitches coming into this one as the pitch is fouled away, 1-2 on Jones. Mentioned at Arkansas Tech, they went 27-23, 15-17 in the Great American Conference. They were an NCAA Division II regional qualifier in 2021. Unable to replicate that success this year as Jones fouling the pitch away, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Nick Jones.
I was trying to give you a scoring update, but there's There's some weird stuff going on. Has North Platte Plains been playing 2 different teams and at the same time?
That's tough. I mean,
so
you got the roster.
That's a tough
great.
schedule right there.
1-2 pitch on the way. And, that just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Officially, it's supposed to be Casper at Western Nebraska and North Platte playing Fremont. That's the official schedule for tonight. We'll see.
There's only 3 games on the scoreboard. 4 of them, and 3 of them are North Platte.
Huh. Well,
and us.
Like I say, I think that's probably the biggest challenge so far is a swing and a miss. Betancourt making Jones swing at 1 high and inside. So back-to-back strikeouts for Betancourt as we're looking to work a 1-2-3 inning for the first time in the game for either team. It'll bring up Matt Lemke.
Yeah, I was talking to Andy, our stat guy, about it, and he's been trying to help out some of the other guys via the phone of what to do because he's a statistician and stat master at this program, and they're having a hard time, some of the other teams.
Pitch fouled away, a little check swinger off the bat of Lemke. No balls and 1 strike. He grounded out to second his first time up. We're now in the bottom of the third of a 4-3 game. Spearfish on top and trying to put a 0 on the board for the first time for either team. The pitch is taken outside for ball 1, 1 ball, and 1 strike on Lemke. One of the several Sodbusters making their summer debuts. They took a patchwork lineup. That's Casper and won 2 out of 3. Had the series at Fremont washed away. Pitch fouled away. 2 balls, I should say 1 ball. Nope, it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Matt Lemke. So I'm going to go with my own count. I'm going to go with my own book. 1-2.
I'm going with Steve. Whenever I doubt anything, go with Steve. That's just advice for life.
Go 1-2. Pitch, swing, and a miss. And I was wrong. So that's right.
Oh, man.
So much for that. So much.
Well,
yep.
Caden was right. Okay, so now I'm going with Caden's opinions.
Yep.
Sorry. I know we've known each other a long time, Steve, but you're out.
Yep, I'm out. I get it. 1 mistake. 2-2 pitch. Outside 3-2 now on Lemke for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to find a way to keep this inning going. And Betancourt trying to set him down in order for the first time today. The left-hander shakes off 1 sign from his catcher, Davis Carr. Shakes off another sign. And now he's ready to go. 3-2 pitch. Misses for ball 4. And Lemke is aboard. That'll bring up Sawyer Duddleston for the Sodbusters.
That's the 4th walk of the game, but the first one since the bottom of the 2nd inning. Gertis was the last one to walk. Betancourt walked the first 2 batters of the game, then give up another walk to the bottom of the 2nd. Now his 4th walk with Duddleston coming up.
Sawyer a single and a run scored his last time up. Sodbusters trying to get it even. We saw Spearfish battle for a 2-out run to take the lead as the pitch is swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike on Sawyer Duddleston, another of the Arkansas Tech products. He's from Springdale, Arkansas.
Did he play in this league last year? That name sounds familiar.
Does not. I don't think so. I think you and I both would have remembered that name, wouldn't we? Because like you said, it's one of the better names in the league. Pitch is struck solid to the left center field gap. That is trouble. It is going to fall for a hit. It's flying around third. Here comes Lemke. He will score, and Duddleston comes up with a huge 2-out hit to get the game tied. We are even at 4 on the RBI double from Sawyer Duddleston.
Right down the power alley. That went a little to the right of the one we saw earlier in the game, but that thing, as soon as it was off the bat, you knew it was going to be a fair ball. It's just a matter of if it was going to be 2 bags or 3, and they quickly got it in out there, but 2 bags and RBI all tied up at 4 apiece.
So the Sodbusters turning the table on Spearfish a bit as the squad from Spearfish able to get a 2-out run in the top of the inning. Sodbusters come up with 2 outs, nobody on, but a walk and a double, and now trying to take the lead with Sam Adams at the plate. The designated hitter for the Sodbusters takes strike 1, no balls, and 1 strike on Sam Adams.
The Duddleston double is only the 2nd hit of the game for the Busters, but 4 runs on the board.
Been out hit 4-2, been aided by 3 Spearfish errors in the contest. No balls, 1 strike. The lefty Betancourt trying to get out of it, and the pitch just misses outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Sam Adams. Out of Western Texas College, it's a 2-year program. They're the Western Texas Westerners.
Wow.
When they were thinking of the mascots.
They just ran out of ideas.
Apparently everything else was taken.
Wonder Boys is taken.
1-1 pitch. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls.
The Westerners.
And a strike. as that team went 29-22 in the spring, 18-14 in their conference. He's out of Fort Worth Nolan Catholic High School. Stands in the right-handed box, and the 2-1 pitch. Misses low. Now 3-1 on Sam Adams. He had 287 in the spring with 3 home runs, 15 RBI, so pretty solid spring for him. Played a little bit over the weekend, went 0 for 3 Sunday after he did not play Saturday at Casper.
Shadow about halfway up the pitcher's body right now, so the ball's kind of shade for the batter.
3-1 pitch. Misses for ball 4, and the inning continues. So 2 strikeouts to begin the frame, but then a walk, a double, and a walk, and Tyson Gertis comes to the plate. Sodbusters trying to grab the first lead of the game. They trailed at 2-1 after 1 inning, tied at 3 after 2, tied at 4 as we're in the bottom half of inning number 3 as Tyson Gertis stands in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters.
When I was visiting with Luke Bay, he talked about what Coach Chris over there brings to third base. He likes to coach third base, and Luke doesn't, so he says you can have at it.
Here's the pitch. That's low and in the dirt. Good stop. It's been a workout for Davis Carr back there. It was a foul ball off the bat of Gertis that got Davis below the belt. Stopped the game for a little bit. Now we're going to see a visit to the mound as here comes Shane Gardner, the first-year head coach, the current coach at Trinity International in Deerfield, Illinois, to visit with his left-hander. He got off to a great start in this inning, but now in a bit of trouble here as he give up a walk, a double, and then another walk. And you mentioned great to have Chris Sabalos in. He was an honorable mention all Big 12 player back in 2021 from Chino Hills, California. The assistant coach to Luke Bay, and Sabalos will be handling the third base coaching duties for the Hastings Sodbusters. Got the third coach, Jake Bigham, former player, 2-year player for the Hastings Sodbusters, now beginning his coaching endeavor.
Yeah, it's good for him. He understands the game. He's been at this level. He's been at this league. He's been on this team. And so he decided he's done playing, but he still wanted to be in the game. And he gave Scott a call and said, hey, I still want to be in the game. And he says, well, you know what? Let's have another coach. And they ran it over by Luke. And Luke says, yeah, that's great to have him.
Here's Tyson Gertis. Drew a walk his last time up. Had one of the better at-bats of the game to hang in there and draw that walk. It is ahead in the count here. 1-0 the count, and the pitch is missing for ball 2. 2-0 on Tyson Gertis. UNO product. Played in 18 games in the spring. He's from Millard South High School and stayed close to home to play his college ball. UNO's had some nice moments in baseball. Made a regional here a few years ago after winning the Summit League title. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Count 2 balls and a strike. This year, the Summit League champion Oral Roberts. They came in as the number 2 seed. North Dakota State was the number 1 seed in that tournament.
Coming up at 7th inning, we'll have a trivia question about UNO and the Sodbusters. Chance for somebody to maybe win some free tickets later in the season. We'll get to that in the 7th inning Tuesday trivia.
2-1 the pitch. Right there for strike 2. 2-2 the count to the most valuable player in the Summit League this year, Mike Bovey. Hastings product, and played for the Hastings Sodbusters a few games after his Legion season was over, and earned all league honors. Yeah,
wow.
And he still can hit.
Yeah, he's an amazing player to watch.
2-2 pitch. Huddleston takes a look back at second. Stepping out was Gertis at the last moment. He was awarded time, and he'll make Betancourt do it again. 53 pitches thrown coming into this frame for Betancourt. Was seemingly on his way to a relatively easy inning. Had 2 up, 2 down, but walk, double walk, and now a 2-2 count right here. As Betancourt now over 80 pitches thrown, and we have not completed the third. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball back to the screen. A good job again for Gertis to make Betancourt throw another one.
So Betancourt came into this game only allowing 1 walk in 6 innings, and here in 3 innings he's already walked 5, in danger of walking 6.
Yeah, he had 7 strikeouts in his first outing. Ended up being a loss. Worked 6 innings, allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. 2-2 pitch from Betancourt. It's on the way. rifled foul on the right side. So the good at bat continues for the number 8 hitter in the Sodbuster lineup, Tyson Curtis, with Tegan Tamia waiting on deck.
As I mentioned, coming up in the 7th inning, chance for you to do Tuesday trivia. We'll give you a chance to win some tickets for a Sodbuster Family 4-pack of tickets for a July game. That's coming up in the 7th inning tonight.
4-4 the score. Bottom half of inning number 3. Not a third of the way through here. It's been a slow night so far. Everybody scoring in every half inning. Little looper toward right side, and a diving grab is made. Excellent job there for Andrew Johnson to take away a hit and maybe an RBI from Tyson Curtis. But the Sodbusters do get it tied up. 1 run on 1 hit for, I should say, 1 run on 1 hit for the Sodbusters as we head to the 4th inning. 4-4 the score. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service?
Yep.
It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Can I grab it?
Yeah,
it's fine.
Summer
Just when we're ready.
You can take it off there if you want. I'm going to hold on to it. But
Sodbuster baseball game.
I'd rather have it off if I can.
There's nothing. Just ice cold Pepsi.
Just let it out.
Make day perfect.
I can just undo the cord.
Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be
That's
the
why I used
best
to be a
day it can be,
remote engineer.
Whatever the occasion. Enjoy
There you
your
go.
favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing
Sorry,
like
look at that.
memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to the 4th inning here at Duncan Field. A 4-4 tie. Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, and we are joined by the big guy, Scott Galusha. How you doing, man?
I'm good. It's great to be here, isn't it?
It
nice
is.
to see
Oh,
you guys,
man.
and excited
You
to
too.
be here. Beautiful night, and it has been a little ugly baseball, but at least it's a close game. Kind of been both ways. Nobody taking advantage of their chances.
Davis Carr, Bailey Bordas, and Johnny McHenry, the 8-9 and 1 hitters up there as Jake Schroeder winds and delivers and misses ball 1. And both pitchers just throw strikes, and that's key. Both guys really struggling with the zone a little bit.
Yeah, both sides kind of all the way around sort of been self-inflicted wounds, and thankfully it's fair, it's even, and so I like our chances. I think we're getting a little bit better swings. Jake's getting a little more comfortable, and so again, that's little nerves maybe on opening night. We got a lot different lineup than we did just a couple days ago, so new guys making their first shot at it for us today.
Pitch right across, strike 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Davis Carr, who grounded out his first time up. Now you made the trip out to Wyoming, right?
Yeah.
Sodbusters go 2-1.
That's right, 2-1. I'd have taken 2-1 when we left, but after how we played, coming off an 8-hour bus drive on Friday night, and backed it up with a good solid win on Saturday, I sure was, 2-1 still good, but I was a little disappointed with how we played Sunday. But 2-1 still a good road trip.
And was it the worst thing to have the Fremont series just totally wiped away? Because it would have been a pretty thin group going to Fremont that first week.
Everybody's in the same boat at this time of year. We decided as a league that we thought having the trouble at the front was better than having trouble at the back. And so we've all kind of had to deal with that for the first couple weeks. But I think we brought eight or nine more of our guys got in over the weekend and today. And so we're getting closer to that full roster.
3-2 the count now. Schroeder trying to retire the leadoff man for he actually has done it 2 out of 3 innings so far. Just hasn't felt like it as he does issue the walk here. Walks have been an issue as he gives up his 5th free pass of the day with Bailey Bordas coming up.
His pitch count isn't too bad considering he's walked that many guys, but we just can't do it. I mean, that's one of our principles, and he knows. You could tell by his reaction when he missed on that pitch. He's going too deep into counts, and we've got a lot of speedy defenders out there to help him out. We've got to be a little bit better pitching to contact early in counts.
Bailey Bordas up now. He walked and scored his first time up for the Sasquatch. 4-4, top of the 4th here at Duncan Field, and so great to have Scott Galusha. So we'll try to maybe talk about some of the new things. Of course, new league, I guess, is number 1, and the fact that we're playing baseball is pretty nice.
Well, unfortunately, sometimes when you grow and you got to make decisions that aren't always easy. and we are extremely proud of what we stand for and what we try to accomplish. And so it was really nice to finally get the go-ahead for baseball. We always felt like that was going to happen. Trevor and I have been working since December to get this set up and never took a day off, never blinked, but it was still exciting about a week ago that we heard that everything was good, and that's what we expected to happen, but it was still nice to hear.
And the Independence League, a lot of familiar faces and some new ones as well in terms of teams. As this one rifled down the right field line, and that is going to be a fair ball off the bat of Bordas. Coming around third, here's Davis Carr. He will score. Bordas will scoot into third with a triple, and the right fielder for the Hastings Sodbusters is down, as we saw Sawyer Duddleston take a fall as he reached the ball, and he is on all fours out there for the Hastings Sodbusters at this point.
Yeah, I saw what happened, and I have a pretty good idea what may have happened. Hopefully it's not what I thought, and I'm not going to speculate on the broadcast, but not a good sign. The way he grabbed that and kind of the action that we saw is not great. Hopefully he's okay, and like any true Sodbuster, he's trying to do what he can with one leg and probably saved a run for us.
So unfortunate turn of events here as Hastings trails at 5-4. A walk and a triple to open the fourth inning as Jake Schroeder has now thrown over 50 pitches. Spearfish Jackson Bencourt battles his way through the first 3 innings, throwing 84 pitches.
Guys, I got to go. I got a man to Sawyer. Make sure we get people here to help him, and I'll be back to talk to you at some point.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you very much. Good to have you guys back.
You too.
Appreciate,
Thanks.
Scott Galusha coming up, and man, unfortunate for the Hastings Sodbusters right now, as right now the concern with Sawyer Duddleston out in right field as they are attending to one of his legs at this point, and that is, as Scott said, it was not a good sign. Did not look good as he went down, and hopefully Sawyer is going to be okay. But a couple of the Spearfish coaches out there as well, and Duddleston is up, and he is making his way.
Well, that's a really good sign. If he's
unaided,
if he's up limping around even, that's a really good sign. That's very good. Because what I thought happened, he wouldn't be able to do that.
Yep, so Sodbusters are going to need a new right fielder, and we'll see that. Right now it's going to be a visit to the mound as we'll see Luke Bay come out of the dugout. Chris Caballos, he had gone down and helped out the injured player Duddleston. Sodbusters going to have to make a move here in terms of defensively as the Sodbusters trail by a score 5-4. So we've yet to see a half inning with a 0 on the board, and we are just in the top of the fourth. 2-1, 1-1 for Spearfish, 1-2-1 for Hastings so far. And it looks like the Sodbusters may make some wholesale substitutions. The way Luke Bay's pointing there, we may see an infielder go to an outfield, and let's see what all is going to happen.
Yeah, the outfield depth is, there's only 3 guys on the roster that are technically outfielders,
yeah.
and he is one. Duddleston is one of them. Actually, Duddleston is an infielder.
Yeah, I was going to say he's listed as an infielder.
So they've got on the bench, they still have Kennedy. Garrett Kennedy, if he's with the team, I'm not sure.
Lemke came into the dugout. So did Trevor Matson. We may see Matson go to third.
Yep, that's where he's going.
And we're going to see Lemke. Well, he came out. Is he going to go to right field? He's gone back out to second at this point. Now he's going to join his 2 outfielders. So Lemke is going to be in right field.
So Lemke to right.
And we're going to see
Matson went over to third.
And we will see number 23, Jacob Watson, come in and play first base.
He's a pitcher, isn't he?
Jacob Watson.
Is he an infielder?
He is a left-handed pitcher
that's
from
what I thought.
Franciscan University of Steubenville. He will be the new first baseman, so he plays first.
So where did Harper go?
Harper must have gone to second because we needed a second baseman.
No, he went over to short, and then Tamia went over to second.
Okay. Yep,
so they're all over the place here.
Yeah, so it was
I'm glad I wrote in pencil.
Yes. Okay, so Tamia to second.
It's nice to have the depth.
Yep. And versatility. And Aaron Harper to short. So let's set the lineup for you.
So then first base is Watson. He did play there on the road over the weekend, too, and Casper.
Yeah.
So he's not unfamiliar with it, and I think he is a first baseman.
And he went 1 for 3 with two RBIs on Sunday. So, I mean, he certainly represented himself very well. Spearfish gets a run on the board. The Sodbusters lose their starting right fielder, and now it's going to be back to the top of the order. Is Johnny McHenry, shortstop, who is batting for the third time in 4 innings. So I got a little bit of catch playing for the Sodbuster first baseman, Jacob Watson. I mentioned that Sodbuster second baseman has now moved to right field. As the pitch is missing for ball 1 ball and no strikes on Johnny McHenry.
So Watson is a first baseman by trade. He does play first base in college. He's had 22 games at first base for Franciscan University of Steubenville.
Pitch is fouled away, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, that particular college, Franciscan University of Steubenville, Ohio, the Barons.
Wow.
He's actually from Arlington, Texas.
Had 294 this year there, plus pitching. He also pitches.
Pitch is taken a little bit high right here. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Johnny McHenry. 1 for 2. He had a single back in the second. He grounded out to open the ball game. And is ahead in the count 2-1. 5-4 the score. Spearfish on top. And this one is hit foul down the first base line. It goes to 2-2 on McHenry. Get an update now. Scott Galush has joined us.
Right on cue with all the changes.
Comes right back in.
Is that you want to get your breath?
No, I'm good. I'm not sure. Am I going to say nothing as far as the injury report? No, I'm gonna. In case mom and dad are listening, looks like we're okay. Looks like it's a pretty good rolled ankle, but I think he's going to be okay. We're going to get the trainer to take a look at him, see what happens. But it's not as bad as I feared as I kind of watched him slid and buckle a little bit. So we're happy about that.
Johnny McHenry pops it up. It's caught by the new shortstop, Aaron Harper, and so there is 1 out, 1 on. That runner at third, Bailey Bordas, and Ryan Bachman will come to the plate. It's a 5-4 lead for Spearfish, and gotta love the versatility for the Hastings Sodbusters. You got 5 guys in different positions than when you were here the last time.
Well, yeah,
Hit batsman first before we start talking about that. This one high and tight, thankfully wearing the helmet, was Bachman. He's aboard for the 3rd time, 2 walks and a hit by pitch in his column, so he's yet to have an official at bat, but he's been on base all 3 times. Runners to corners now, 5-4 the score.
Yeah, so, we knew Trevor Matson's going to move over to third. Aaron Harper is going to move to shortstop. Tegan is going to move to second base, which I think is where he's going to play for us for some of this summer. And then into the game is Jacob Watson at first base, and that means Lemke is who plays both as a K-State recruit, and he moved to right field. So you'll see that a lot because we have we have plenty of guys, but we also have guys that are comfortable at a lot of different positions. And this is a lineup that we talked about even before the game started. So it didn't surprise me that that's what Luke decided to go with.
Carson Green comes to the plate now as the Sasquatch have scored in every inning and looking for another crooked number here, leading at 5-4. Runners to corners, only 1 out. The pitch across for strike. No balls, 1 strike on Green. Walked and scored his first time out. Struck out looking to end the second.
Jacob Watson threw 6 1/3 innings for us Saturday night and did a really nice job on the mound. He's from a little school. He's playing first base too, so kind of a 2-way player for them, and has done a nice job.
Yep, he may have been one of the highlights of the weekend from a pitching standpoint. In relief, those 6 innings, no runs, 5 hits allowed with 2 strikeouts to pick up the victory after the starter struggled in that particular game. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Pitch was fouled back. Carson Green up there for the Spearfish Sasquatch. It's now 0-2 on Green as the Sodbusters trail by a score of 5-4.
Well, yeah, we've had to. We're throwing my radio guys curveballs because we've last year, if you remember, we had a bunch of midgets. Okay, we had a bunch of 5'8", 130-pound guys. Well, that's not what we have this year. We've got a much bigger group, which doesn't mean they're better. They're just bigger. So we've had to adjust some uniforms because we've got some guys that just aren't going to fit in some of those smaller uniforms. So,
there's somebody warming in the pen.
Yes, that is Ryan Jacobs. Okay. Ryan Jacobs is warming up for us. He was a late add to the roster when we lost a young man from University of California, San Diego. And so that's why you don't have him, and that's my fault. I should have sent that over to you. But in case you didn't know, I've been a little bit busy the last few days, so I apologize for that. And we'll try to make sure we get you the right information.
While we're talking there, we've had a stolen base. Now the infield is in. Runners at second and third as the pitch is taken outside. 2-2 on Carson Green. He's the number 3 hitter. Runners at second and third. 1 home so far for Spearfish in the fourth. They lead it by a score of 5-4. And particularly early in the season, it's going to be a roster in flux. And so you just kind of have to check that roster as you come to the ballpark every day, because all the teams are going through it right now. Yeah, they have players come and go.
We had 6 or 7 temp players in Spearfish. So we had some guys. Nick Carlson, who played for us last year, did a nice job for us over the weekend, and he may be back at some point. Lane Shires from Kearney played a really nice left field for us over the weekend. Nick DeMonte and Riley Lang were all temp players that helped us go 2-1 over the weekend. So hopefully they're listening, but I want to tell them thanks, because it takes a special guy that wanted to come play a little baseball and hop on an 8-hour bus trip.
Carson Green strikes out. Huge swing and a miss. Jake Schroeder doing a good job of getting that second out here, and he still has a chance to survive this inning with just 1 run allowed as he gets Gabe Springer at the plate. Count 1 ball and no strikes on Springer. Has the hardest hit of the day off the right field wall. Takes this pitch for a ball. Now 2 balls and no strikes. He had a double and a run scored. Also a single in the game. 2 for 2 for Springer. Yeah, Sodbusters showing some offense at Casper over the weekend, as at least 7 runs in every game, going 2-1. The pitch is dribbled foul. It goes to 2-1 on Springer.
I tell you what, Steve, we had 16 hits on Friday night after an 8-hour bus trip. They had energy from the second we got off the bus. It was amazing. It was fun to be a part of it, and happy that we went 2-1. But we did a lot of good things over the weekend. Again, the things that everybody fights is trying to eliminate walks, and trying to, I always preach to them, make the plays we're supposed to make. And if we can do that, we're going to have a chance to win all summer.
2-1 pitch. And that misses for ball 3. So we're trying to follow the game via stats, and I know that's been a challenge for the league so far. So you guys did play Friday, Saturday, because the stats showed a doubleheader Saturday. So you guys played 1 game Friday, 1 game Saturday, 1 game Sunday.
We did, and you know what? We're fortunate. We have Andy Chase, and Andy Chase does a wonderful job at our stats, and he makes sure everything's in line. The only thing he didn't do is tell you about the roster number changes. But, he spent about 45 minutes after the game on Friday trying to help them figure out how point streak works. Can it be a little tricky, but thankfully we've got the best guy in the business doing it, and he got them online. And actually he was home yesterday trying to re-put all those games from a scorebook in there. So we'll get it right. A little bit of growing pains, and we'll get it figured out.
Another hit batsman here for Schroeder. He has worked himself into a huge jam. Bases loaded, 2 out, still just 1 at home, and still a chance to survive this, a part of the game. 5-4 the score with Andrew Johnson coming to the plate. He is the 5-hole hitter, a 2-run single for him, and a strikeout so far. Schroeder brings home the pitch. Taken high for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Schroeder could be down to his last batter here if he does not get Johnson.
Yeah, this is the guy we got to get.
5-4, Spearfish on top. We've seen runs scored in every half inning. This is Duncan Field. Supposed to see a lot of zeros on the board.
Yeah.
Pitch is fouled away. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. The Sodbusters, they've taken advantage of some defensive miscues. 3 errors so far for the Sasquatch in their 1-5 start. And this game has seen a lot of runs scored, and has always been pretty, but it'll probably get prettier as the summer goes on.
Well, it better, and we made every play we were supposed to Friday night. It was great. We didn't make an error, maybe 1 error. We had one, Tegan got under a throw once, but
1-1 delivery, swung on and missed. Now 2 strikes on Andrew Johnson, and really this game, no official errors. Had that one opportunity to maybe get a run down that could have kept a run off the board between first and second. But other than that, it's been decent defense in this game.
Yeah, and we talked about that today, but it's summer ball. And so we had about 40 minutes to go through some things with some guys. And so we had a guy get caught watching instead of running to his job, and we'll get that cleaned up.
Schroeder brings home the 1-2 pitch. Low for a ball. Nice stop there for Nick Jones. It's 2-2 on Andrew Johnson. Big spot in the game. Bases loaded. 2 outs. 1 run home for Spearfish as they look to add to a 5-4 lead here in inning number 4. And to add to the drama, this guy's the beer batter, so there's a beer special if this guy strikes out. So that makes it more fun here.
Exactly. The fans, they know it. They may not know the score sometimes. They may not know if we've won or lost. But they know who the beer batter is, and they know what the count is when this guy's up. So hopefully it'll happen and makes everybody happy.
Andrew Johnson at the plate. Schroeder the pitch. Swing and a miss.
Attaway, Jake.
Sodbusters give up a walk and a triple to open the inning, and Schroeder able to work around that to keep the Sodbusters a part of the game. 5-4 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
If I won one of the 8 new trucks, the
okay,
Nebraska
that's fine. Yep.
Lottery is giving
Whatever you need to do.
Yeah,
I was just tickled to see Duddleston walking off. I don't know how.
All the time through muddy riverbeds, across dusty prairies. I treat that truck like a tank. I'd be merciless.
Can I ride along?
Only if you wear shoe covers to protect
That's
the carpeting,
good.
promise not to eat or drink anything inside the cabin, and polish the dashboard when you leave.
Yeah.
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you could win one of 8 new trucks.
Yeah.
Top prize odds 1 in 336,000.
Oh, yeah. We bring you Sodbuster Baseball with Steve Stein, Josh Salmon, Scott Galusha joining us. We'll have him on a regular basis during the course of this summer.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You know, I love it. I take pictures and I send them to my friends from about this view, guys, and guess what I say? This is my job, fellas. And so, you know, I'm 50 years old. I got a beautiful family and a supportive wife, but I get to come to the ballpark every day. And so I'm so fortunate to be able to do that with Brian and his family, and the community here is just been so great to me and my family. And so it's so wonderful to have another time of baseball. And I tell you what, we've got the best show in town, and part of that is you two guys. We're so fortunate to have you two guys do this each and every day. It just makes what we do so much better. So I thank you guys for continuing to be Sodbusters with us, and it's you know, much appreciated. We know it takes a lot of time, and none of us are going to get rich doing this, but we do it for the love, and I appreciate everything you guys do for us. We also got to welcome the new guy, Caden. I called him the new Nate earlier, which isn't quite fair, but Caden's going to join our broadcast too. He's an aspiring broadcaster, and so we're going to get him involved too, and we're happy with what we do as Sodbusters. We train these people, and hopefully they get better jobs moving forward, and we've moved some kids along, and it's been great. So thanks, guys. I'll let you go. Go back to work. Go Busters.
All right,
Thanks a lot.
thank you.
Thanks for having us.
We head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Sodbusters with Tegan Tamia up there, now playing second base for Hastings. He's got a 2-0 count on him, and still out there, Jackson Betancourt brings home the pitch. That misses for ball 3, and you would think that they would be maybe nearing the end for Jackson Betancourt, as he is upwards of 90 pitches now, heading into this frame. Here comes the 3-0 delivery. In there for strike 1, 3-1 the count. Officially 88 pitches thrown now for Jackson Betancourt, who has kept his team in the game to this point despite 3 errors behind him. 3-1 delivery. Swing and a foul ball. It goes to 3-2. As Tamia, one of the several guys to switch positions after the injury to Sawyer Duddleston. Like I say, we're just tickled to see Duddleston limp off the field when it looked like maybe he wasn't going to be able to put any weight on his leg, and apparently a sprained ankle at this point is the early prognosis for Duddleston as Tamia draws the 6-pitch walk. So 1 on. That'll bring up the top of the order. Dallin Quigley. Chance here for the Sodbusters to come right back. We still have not seen a 0 on the board in the contest.
That's rare, Duncan, as you said. And if you would have told me, Steve, that Betancourt would still be in the game here in the 4th, I would have laughed at you. Just the way he was pitching earlier and all over the place, and he's really trying to settle in here the last couple innings.
Big lead for Tamia for the Sodbusters as the pitch is missing for Dallin Quigley. 1 ball and no strikes on Dallin, who had himself quite a weekend. 4 for 6, 4 runs scored in the first game of that series. 1 for 5 with a run scored, then went 3 for 5. 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored in the finale. Sodbusters won the first 2 and then lost the third. Pitch, I should say, the throw to first. And coming off the bag to grab that one is Andrew Johnson. It's been an adventure when Jackson Betancourt has thrown to first. He threw one away that allowed the Sodbusters to get their first run on the board back in inning number 1. as a big lead. Runner goes, pitch fouled away, hit and run is on, and coming back will be Tamia. He had a decent jump, may have had a chance to steal it outright, but it will go to 1 ball and 1 strike on Dallin Quigley.
Quigley, I really want to see this kid run. I watched him during the North Platte game, and boy, he's just like a deer out there. So if he gets something in the gaps, watch him run. This will be pretty.
1 ball and 1 strike on Quigley. Decent lead again for Tamia. And the pitch. Low and in the dirt. It scoots left of the bag and no throw, as taking second base will be Tamia on a wild pitch. So runner in scoring position, nobody out, and 2-1 the count on Dallin Quigley. Quigley, a product of Paris Junior College. The Paris Junior College Dragons had a very good spring, 39-17, went 24-12 in a rugged conference. He's from Lubbock, Texas, Monterey High School. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, couldn't catch up with that fastball. 2-2 the count now on Dallin Quigley.
Now, see, the Dragons, now that's a mascot. The Westerners is not a mascot.
Quigley had a solid spring, 308 for the Dragons. 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, 40 runs scored for Quigley. 2-2. Betancourt, a check of the runner. And the pitch. Ground ball back to the shortstop. Can't handle it. It's off his glove. Throw to first. Not in time. Runners up the corners on the 4th error of the day for Spearfish. That was right at Johnny McHenry. Could not make the play, and the Sodbusters have 2 on and nobody out with their 2, 3, and 4 hitters coming up.
Well, I was watching McHenry. As soon as that was hit off the bat, he was watching the runner. His eyes were never on the ball. It was pure instinct to even stop the ball, and that's what showed right there is his hands and his eyes were not working in the same place together, and that's why you get the error.
There is going to be a pitching change. We'll take a quick break here and let you know about the new hurler for the Spearfish Sasquatch. Spearfish leads it by a score of 5-4. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Get the latest in news, sports, and local interest stories with the Hastings Tribune. The Tribune's award-winning staff provides you with the best in local content, from the news you need to amazing photographic moments to the latest in Sodbuster baseball news. Check out the classifieds, browse the business directory, and more. The Hastings Tribune, always a good read. Pick up the latest issue or subscribe today. Both print and e-editions are available. HastingsTribune.com. The Hastings Tribune, a proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Jackson Betancourt exits, throws 95 pitches in the game, and still only allows 2 hits, 4 runs so far. He was able to get some strikeouts on the day, ended up with 3 Ks. Had walked the first 2 batters of the game, and walked another in the 3rd, another in the 4th, walked 1 in this inning, so ended up with 5 walks on the day, and has had 4 errors behind him. And it's going to be a right-hander for Spearfish. We'll try to catch the number of that guy.
It's Gavin Van Horn, number 33.
And Gavin out of Capital University. Columbus, Ohio is his hometown. And Gavin Van Horn will get an opportunity right here. He will be making his 2nd appearance through 2 innings earlier this year. Allowed 1 run. It was unearned on 3 hits. He walked 2, struck out 1, does not have a record for Spearfish. 5-4 the score, and he comes in a bit of a jam. 2 on, nobody out, with 2, 3, and 4 coming up the Sodbusters, trying for their 3rd win in 4 games this year.
Yeah, and in those 2 innings he pitched, batting average against him is .429. So that's a good thing if you're the Sodbusters. They look to continue that and get 1 or 2 back on the board there. Steve, we haven't, as you said, haven't had any zeros. That's very rare for Duncan Field, but just been some deep balls hit tonight and some runs scored and some odd plays to make things happen here on opening night. And why would anything be normal in baseball? That's what I love about the game.
Yep, and like I say, it hasn't been real pretty here early in the summer as these guys still trying to find the strike zone, and both of the starting pitchers battling that today. As for Jake Schroeder, he ended up walking 4 and hitting 2. We'll see if he comes back out. He threw 78 pitches in the first 4 innings today. For Betancourt, unable to make it through the 4th as he goes 3 innings plus 2 batters and really deserved better. He had some atom balls that were just not handled, and he exits here with 95 pitches thrown. The two guys out there are his responsibility. Runners the corners, and here comes Aaron Harper. Harper now playing shortstop. The Sodbusters started the game at third base. Moved over to short after the injury to right fielder Sawyer Duddleston. Pitch taken outside for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes on Harper. He walked his first time up, advanced to third on an error. He popped up back in inning number 2. We're just in the 4th inning. It has been a long old night of Sodbuster baseball here on opening night. Pitch is in there for strike 1-1 the count. Had the road trip to Casper on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday after having the first series at Fremont wiped away due to weather. Scott Galusha mentioning 5 or 6 kind of replacement players stepping in. Neat for those guys to help out. Runner goes, pitch is fouled away and out of play. And 1 ball and 2 strikes. And it looked like Quigley had a great jump and was going to steal that base easily. Unfortunate that Harper went after that one, because Sodbusters would have had runners at second and third and nobody out.
Man, he's fast. I like to see. I want to see him race, and then we had Omar Jackson and Casey Burnham. Let's have the 3 of them line up. I still think Casey would win.
At Casey, neat opportunity for him, the former Sodbuster and Grand Island Home Federal and Grand Island Senior High player. He graduated from the University of Kansas and will be a grad transfer to the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, he had 1 year left of playing there. I was talking to his dad actually in the offseason, and he had an injury to wrap up his season. I was like, oh, that's horrible for your senior year, but he had 1 more year eligibility, and he decided to come to Nebraska, which is awesome. He said it's been a dream come true for him. So
fouled a pitch away and then took a pitch, and the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes on Aaron Harper for the Sodbusters.
Shout out to Tim Burnham if he's listening. Cool guy. You ever met Tim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good dude.
And for Casey, yeah, really cool to see him get 1 more chance. The Huskers lose their starting center fielder, Cam Chick, so maybe Burnham can step right in there. There'll be a lot of changes for that Husker team as the pitch is fouled away.
Well, and you look at a lot of Sodbusters who are Huskers now. You had Griffin Everett, who had a great year. I'm glad to see him have a good year at Huskers. Shea Shanneman, the 1 year. We had Ephraim Cervantes. And now you've got Casey Burnham. So there's a lot of guys that are current Huskers that have played here at Duncan Field.
Yep. That one summer, I mean, it was terrible because of COVID, but there were so many leagues which didn't play, which allowed what was Expedition League to have a lot of higher-level Division I players than they normally do. High fly ball, left field. This will be caught. Sodbuster's going to try to score the runner from third. Here comes the throw. It bounces by the catcher, and that will allow the runner from first to advance to second. So it's a sac fly for Aaron Harper after a very good at-bat. He's able to get Tegan Tamia home, and Dallin Quigley advances to second on what would have to be an error, because it didn't look like Quigley was going to take off until that ball got by the catcher. So the 5th error of the game.
So you give a single and an error?
Sacrifice
fly.
Sacrifice
fly, I'm sorry.
Yep, sac fly.
And boy, that was a great throw out there by Sheeran. I mean, he wouldn't have got him, but if it didn't get away from the catcher, I think the catcher just didn't stop it because the throw was really good and almost on time.
Yeah, it was a one-hopper, and it appeared like it was good enough to be caught anyway, but since it one-hopped, I suppose Sheeran's got to get the error. This pitch misses outside for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Trevor Madsen, still looking for his first hit. 0 for 2 on the day. And the Sodbusters, in all actuality, still only have 2 hits. Probably fortunate to be in this game. 5-5 as they have an opportunity with a runner at second and only 1 out. Madsen, good RBI guy last year, and he bounces this one off his own foot, and that will give him an opportunity to walk around home plate for a little bit. That stings. 1-1 the count on Trevor Madsen, who's now playing third base with the Sodbusters after he started the game at first.
Madsen 0 for 2, trying to get his swing back here. Had, like I said, a little bit of a tough year there at Gardner-Webb, so let's get the bat back. And they've been using him primarily at third base is what I was told, so we'll be rotating between first and third.
1-1 the count. Wouldn't be out of the question to see him DH, too. 1-1 delivery. Runner goes from second to third. The throw down is not in time. Stolen base for Dallin Quigley. He's at third with only 1 man out now. And now any old fly ball from Trevor Madsen could get Quigley home.
What I tell you, that guy is a lightning bolt. Wow.
Sodbusters hoping to add a little more speed, want to get contact guys to play to this ballpark. I mean, you get speed, it's what this ballpark's built for. You don't want big fly ball hitters because fly balls just go and die here at Duncan Field. Pitch misses 3-1 the count on Trevor Matson. He should get one to hit here as Gavin Van Horn in relief of Jackson Betancourt. Here's the pitch. Inside for a ball and a walk. So Sodbusters still do not have a hit in the inning. A walk, an error, sacrifice fly, now another walk, and Nick Jones, the number 4 hitter, will step to the plate. Left-hander, 0 for 2 on the day. He's probably happy to see the left-handed pitching Jackson Betancourt exit, and the right-hander, Gavin Van Horn, check in.
Trevor Matson walked 38 times last year for the Busters. That's huge.
See if they turn him loose here and try to get runners to second and third. Matson not going anywhere at this point as the pitch is inside. Good stop there for Davis Carr. 1 ball and no strikes on Nick Jones. Sodbusters and the Sasquatch are tied at 5. 2-1-1 for Spearfish. 2-1-1-1, I should say. And Hastings 1-2-1-1 in the first 4 innings of this one.
What is your thought on the bunt down the third base line?
Here's the pitch. It's fouled away, and third baseman is playing back. And really, any contact to a middle infielder, you're going to get that runner home from third with the speed of Dallin Quigley.
Probably with your cleanup hitter is not the guy you want to bunt with, but I'm just saying the third baseman is back, and you've got your fastest guy at third base.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. A lot of options here for the Sodbusters. This one looped foul on the third base side. It's 1-2 on Nick Jones for the Sodbusters.
Shallow center field, extremely shallow out there is Green. Right field, very shallow as well as Hoyland. A little bit deeper and left is Sheeran, who's fighting that sun at Duncan Field.
5-5, bottom of the 4th. Sodbusters still only have 2 hits. A lot of offensive opportunities here, and now
balk.
A balk has been called, and that will allow a run to score, as we will see the head coach come out, Shane Gardner, and get the explanation there.
Nope, I guess it's not a balk.
Oh, time was called before the balk. So a time was called, so the runners will retreat. Time was issued, which means that the balk was waved away.
Thank you, Caden. Good set of eyes up here on the young man to my right, on our cameras.
He's already saved us twice. He's going to be in our job here before long. You're going to be running the camera. 1-2 pitcher. I'll be running the camera. Pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. Throw back to third. Here comes Quigley home. The throw is in time. Well played there for the squad from Spearfish as they are able to get the out there. And Sodbusters had tried to get a run home from third and unable to do it. Ends up a strikeout, throw-out, double play, and the Sodbusters will settle for 1. 5-5 as we head to the 5th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as Beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Busch family brewers.
I turned that back up to 69.
We welcome you to enjoy
so you
a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team.
I had it down to 64.
Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, I got it working.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service.
Just put on
but
69
did you know that
if
they
you
do
want.
brakes, batteries, and oil changes,
Push
and
up
even shocks
on
and
the top
struts?
right. Yeah,
Graham Tire in
there.
Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham
It says
name.
71 in here.
Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that
That's
the
why
job
Steve
was
makes
done
me
right.
sit over here.
That's peace of mind.
Seriously, he gets really cold.
Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We bring you
Oops, wrong one.
Bring you Sodbuster Baseball today as Hastings is going to have a new pitcher, as we will see number 19.
This is Ryan Jacobs, excuse me. That was the guy who was wearing Schneider's jersey. They switched numbers on me, didn't tell me.
So Ryan Jacobs will come in, and to bring you the 5th inning, here is Josh Salmon.
All right, thank you. So Ryan Jacobs into the game for the Busters. Another right-hander. The night is done. for Jake Schroeder, and, gave up 5 runs on the game, but, his offense is stuck in there and got him some runs back. So let's take a look at some of the numbers here on Jacobs if I can find anything. He's from Spring, Texas. That's all I know. He wears number 19, new on the team here. Official line for Schroeder was 4 innings pitched, 5 hits, 5 runs all earned, 6 walks, which is not a good thing, and 5 strikeouts. Tough outing for his first outing of the year for Schroeder. So coming up here for Spearfish, it's going to be 6, 7, 8 hitters here. Hoyland, Sheeran, and Carr. 5-5 our score. Don't go anywhere. 5th inning here from Duncan Field as shadows are mostly over the left side of the infield. There's a ball from the bullpen onto the field, so we'll take care of that. Plenty of chances for you to come out and see the Sodbusters. This is only the home opener. 2 more games against Spearfish before the Nebraska Prospects travel into town Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Love to see you out here at the ballpark. Ball 1 on the way there from Ryan Jacobs. Steve, are you doing some exhaustive research?
I am. And Ryan Jacobs from Tarleton State down in Texas.
Okay. What is their mascot? Do you know? Come on, this is your thing.
They may be the Texans, which really would be another one that is that is not a. Cause back in the day, Tarleton State played St. Mary of the Plains College when I actually went to school there. I was announcing for them down in Kansas.
Really?
And played Tarleton State a couple of years in college football.
Got him on the off-speed pitch. Down goes Hoyland. 1 down here for the Busters. Nice pitch.
And a good start for the Tarleton State product, Ryan Jacobs, as he is able to get that first strikeout. Welcome to Hastings, Ryan.
There we go. 0 for 3 as Hoyland brings up Griffin Sheeran. Left fielder, tremendous arm out there, and he's done a good job in left field. Been busy between him and the center fielders. A couple of those gap hits, but really hasn't been on base at all tonight. He's 0 for 2. Ground out to third, his first time up in the second. Strikeout in after that. 0-1 here to Griffin Sheeran. Sheeran right-handed batter. Jacobs right-handed pitcher. That's just a little high. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. I'd like to thank a couple of our sponsors here. Allo Communications, Pepsi Cola of Hastings. Visit Hastings, the Adams County Visitors Bureau, and Nebraska Lottery. That one found off the right field side out of play. As I mentioned, some of the players from both teams are going to go visit the Sasquatch or Bigfoot Museum. How appropriate, because the Sasquatch are here. Part of the Hastings Museum. They're going to visit that tomorrow. I think everybody should get like a Yeti cup when they That's a whole different thing, isn't it? What's Bigfoot? The beef jerky? There we go. Twice strike on that one. Just froze him in his tracks. 2 up, 2 down. Have a seat, says Ryan Jacobs. Sheeran done.
And yes, he is a Tarleton State Texan.
Wow.
Another mascot that,
we dug back in the back of your brain for that one. Very nice.
Out of ideas, too. For, could we come up with something else?
Yeah. Hey, guys, let's be the Texans. Okay.
Yeah.
Meeting adjourned.
Mm-hmm.
So that brings up Davis Carr, the catcher, who's had a tough night at the office. He deserves my ice pack of the night. He has been on base once tonight. He walked, also grounded out. Working quickly here is Ryan Jacobs. Inside out swing, that one out to right field, and the new right fielder does make it. That is Lemke, relatively new right field, and 3 up, 3 down for Sasquatch. Hey, Steve, you wanted 0. There's another 0.
What did you say?
You've got 2 zeros.
3 up and 3 down. That doesn't happen. How about that?
It did. There we go. That's a great inning there for the Sodbusters. They'll see if they can put one on the board and take the lead for the first time. We'll be back. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
In the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
I didn't realize I had a bumper in there already. Welcome back to Duncan Field. 1-2-3 inning there for Ryan Jacobs, who just brought the heat. He brought in the thunder, struck out 2 guys and got one to fly out to right field. So coming up for the Busters here will be Lemke, the man who made the third out. Watson and Adams due up. Do want to remind you, coming up in the 7th inning, we'll do our Sodbuster Tuesday trivia. Chance for you to win a family 4-pack to a upcoming Sodbuster game in July. What you do is you answer the trivia question correctly, email it to me at salmonsaysmedia@gmail.com, salmonsaysmedia@gmail.com, and I will do a drawing, and sometime towards the end of June, and that person will win a family 4-pack, or friends if you don't have any family, or if you don't have any friends, just pick up 3 strangers on the way. I don't care what you do with them, and come to a July game. So trivia coming up in the 7th inning. I got a good one. We actually talked about it earlier in the night, Steve, so we'll see if people are listening.
Ooh.
It's going to be a quiz.
Well, this game belongs to the bullpens now, as Gavin Van Horn did a great job coming in and limiting the damage after entering the contest for Jackson Betancourt. And then Ryan Jacobs comes in and works a 1-2-3-5. We'll have to see how this game unfolds here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
Check out the Sodcast, the official Sodbuster podcast. I talked to both Brian Frew, who's my co-host, and Scott Galusha about we got some of the legalities and stuff going on with the team. And that one right into left field. First pitch swinging is Matt Lemke. Gets away from the left fielder. Sheeran giving it a chase. As I was just talking about how good a left fielder he was doing tonight, took his eyes off of it or something, and it went right between the wickets. Doing the bow and arrow at second base is Lemke, so rule that a single and an error. And leadoff hitters on once again for the Busters.
I don't think they ended up awarding an error on that
just a single
earlier
so
when they the last inning. So that officially, I guess, is error number 5 in the contest for the Spearfish Sasquatch.
All right, so I'm going to have to change that because I had 2 last inning. So we'll see what they do on that one. So coming up now is Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson, came in to play first base. He's a pitcher, but also plays first base in college. And that is Jacob Watson. Played some first base over the weekend. I mentioned that he batted like .294 in college, but his ERA was also under 4. So a very talented young man here. Happy to have him here in Hastings. Pitch outside, just a little too far outside. So standing on second base is Lemke. It's 5-5 is our score. 5 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Sasquatch. And for the Busters, it is 5 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Good to see the no errors up there. Busters had some very talented guys last year in the field. Tried to reduce the number of errors. That one outside, similar pitch to the pitch right before it, and not getting the call. A little frustration there on the pitcher is Van Horn. Gavin Van Horn in his second inning of work came in last inning in the middle of the inning, but there was no out, so it's technically his second inning. 5-5 the score. Busters trying to take the lead here. Very shallow in the outfield, all the way across from left to right against Watson. Left-handed batter takes the pitch in there for a strike. So it's 3 balls and a strike, taking all the way. Sam Adams due up next. No outs. Bottom 5. Opening nights. Oh, man, baseball. I've been waiting for this since last August when the season ended. 3 balls, 1 strike. Van Horn's pitch on the outside corner. Maybe hit the black part of the rubber there. Remember the old Husker coach, Van Horn?
Yes,
baseball
Dave Van
coach?
Horn.
I talked to him once. Cool guy.
Did a great job down at Arkansas.
My uncle played Little League with him. That's what we talked about. He remembered him. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way. And ball 4. Walk given up there by Van Horn. And so runner on as the Sam Adams comes up now. Nice walk-up song for Sam Adams. It's a chicken dance. Not sure if he picked that. So runners at first and second here. Busters threatening. One foul off first base side and out of play. Hastings, 2 more games against Spearfish here in Hastings at Duncan Field. And then we'll have the Nebraska Prospects coming into town. They play all road games this season. It's an interesting dynamic. A bunch of high school kids all going on to play at the next level. Good chance for them and good chance for you to see some of the best talent in the state. Nice expansion team this year for the Independence League. Going in there for a strike, not liking the call at all, is Sam Adams. So down 0-2 here is the DH for the Busters. He's one of the guys that didn't change a position tonight. We've had some rotating of positions, but he's been the DH consistently. Van Horn checks the runner. Runner's at first and second. Pitch on the way. That one inside. Very far inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sam Adams, Tyson Gertis on the on-deck circle. Van Horn checks the runners at second and first. Not being held on at first base at all. That one outside, and it goes to 2-2. Adams been on base once tonight. Reached on an error back in the second. Walked in the third. Here he is in the fifth with a 2-2 count. The Busters have done a good job tonight. Most of the guys have worked the counts a little bit. There's been a couple guys first pitch swinging, and a couple times it's paid off with a single. Here is the 2-2 offering from Van Horn. That one outside. A nice framing job by the catcher, as that was clearly outside. And we go to another full count. To a full count against Watson a moment ago, and he walked. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9 walks given up by Sasquatch pitching is what I have. Fouled straight back. So we'll do it again. Van Horn's 3-2 offering coming up here momentarily once again. He has 8 in the stat sheet, so I'm going to say 8. Andy Chase does. Not sure where I got 9, but here's the 3-2 coming up from Van Horn. 2 runners on. Top 5-5 our score in the 5th. Lots of 5s. Fouled back again. Staying alive is Sam Adams. Good at bat here for Sam. Sam Adams, number 35 for the Sodbusters. Fort Worth, Texas. Bunch of Texas guys on the team this year. Have to give them some Nebraska stakes and see what they think. Here is the pitch, and that one inside and misses. Walks him. Good patient at bat. That's a tough pitch to lay off of. Nice job by Sam Adams. 2 walks in a row, and now the bases are loaded for Tyson Gertis.
So we saw Jake Schroeder get in trouble with some walks. We saw Jackson Betancourt have issues, and now Gavin Van Horn with back-to-back walks in his second inning of work. That's his 3rd walk since he's entered the contest, and big chance here for Tyson Gertis with nobody out.
Gertis comes up, right-handed batter versus right-handed pitcher. No RBIs, chance for him to be a hero here in front of the Hastings Sodbuster fans. Very loyal fan base here. Flag still blowing from left to right in dead center field. Pitch called a strike. So standing on third base is Lemke. Watson on second. Adams on first. Single walk has been the order here in the 5th. 5-5 our score. 5 runs, 5 hits, 5 errors for Spearfish. 5 runs, 3 hits, no errors for Hastings. The 0-1 offering coming up from Gavin Van Horn is in the dirt. Nice stop by Carr. Goes to 1-1.
Yeah, frustrating thing for the Sodbusters. 5 errors. You've been given 9 walks, and you only have 5 runs. I mean, if the Sodbusters would have had any offense, this baby'd be over.
Yeah, and I look at, I think I have, 6 left on base for Hastings in the game, so that doesn't help either. Outfield playing very shallow once again. Right fielder is extremely shallow out there is Hoyland in right field is really, really shallow for the right-handed batting. A little bit deeper in left is Sheeran, who had one get away through his legs earlier last inning. And nice pitch there. Ooh, just misses. Not sure what that was.
Yeah, you heard a shout coming from the Spearfish side. Where was that?
That's kind of what I was wondering. It was one that was called a strike a moment ago that was a little farther outside than that. But that's okay. Bases loaded. No outs. Tyson Gertis takes the pitch up high. It goes to 3-1. Second pitcher of the night here for the Sasquatch. Betancourt went 3 innings. Gave up 5 runs on only 2 hits. 4 of those runs were earned. for him and 6 walks. And another walk. 3 walks in a row. Somebody cue the Nancy Sinatra music because that one walks in a run. Take runs any way you can get it. Busters have the lead now 6-5, and Sasquatch not helping themselves.
No action in the bullpen right now. This is Van Horn's game, and he needs to find the zone in a hurry or see it get away. Number 9 hitter Tegan Tamia coming up, and then back to the top of the order.
So Tammy up. 1 of 2 tonight. 0 for 1 tonight. Reached on an error and walked. Still bases loaded. That one hit past the shortstop. Oh, no, to the shortstop. Wow, what a nice play. I thought for sure that was going to get past him there. McHenry makes the force out at third. I think it ricocheted off his glove and up towards his face. But he stuck with it, made a play. That's a very good play, diving to his right on McHenry for the fielder's choice.
And really the only place he was going to get it out is at third base. So a great job for him. The run does score, but it's an RBI fielder's choice grounder for Tamian back at the top of the order.
So RBI there and brings up Quigley. Quigley has walked, struck out, and reached on an error. Let's see how fast he was last inning, stealing third base, but then got out at home. Shows bunt, goes foul. No, there.
He just pulled the bat back.
Oh, okay.
The dirt,
It wasn't a bunt.
Yep. So he didn't have to give himself up there in terms of laying down a bunt. You still may see him try to bunt for a single, although the third baseman's now inside the bag, knowing his speed. Matter of fact, the entire infield is in, trying to cut off that additional run at the plate with only 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
So stolen base by Adams and Gertis.
Wild pitch.
Oh, I see. That one hit to third. What is that one going to be? Is that called a foul ball?
Yep, no, it was hit to the shortstop, and he could not handle it. That will allow Quigley to reach, so the bases will be loaded on that particular play, and that is going to go down as the 6th error of the game on the Sasquatch, as we saw McHenry make a great play earlier. That's an atom ball, and he just could not bring it in cleanly, and once he didn't field it cleanly, Quigley was going to reach. Now the runners had to hold, so the bases are loaded again. The Sodbusters looking to add to a 7-5 lead.
As McHenry just made a wonderful play right before that, and then makes an error. So that's the way it kind of goes. Brings up Aaron Harper. Pitch over the outside corner for Harper. Harper has walked, popped out, and sacrificed fly back in the 4th. Busters up 7-5, 2 runs in here on 1 hit this inning. 3 in the game total for them. Infield in, outfield in, everybody in. That one hit to the gapper. Again, down that power alley. That's going to score at least 2. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here comes Quigley around there. No way they're going to get him. And heading for 3, trying for the triple, and he is going to be out. He wasn't even close at third, but 3 runs in, and Aaron Harper with 3 RBIs, and that put the Busters, just broke this thing open a little bit, 10-5.
Yep, great job of hitting. Just a little bit of maybe a base running error there on Aaron Harper. He really had no chance to get a triple, but a solid double. That plates 3, and the Sodbusters have 5 on the board in the inning. 2 outs now for Trevor Matson.
Aggressive base running. I'm not sure if he got the sign from Sabelos to run or if he was supposed to go to third because he was out by a long shot. But nonetheless, they got the 3 runs in. Once I saw Quigley round in second, I was like, he's going to make it home. They weren't even having the ball in yet by the time he rounded second base. 1-0 here to Trevor Matson. Matson's fine with nobody on base as long as the runs come in. He's a team player. He's like, I don't care if I hit him in or somebody else hits him in. I remember a game last year, Steve, where you pretty much have to tie down Trevor Matson not to play in the first place. So there was one day towards the end of the year, they gave him a day off, and he was playing bat boy or ball boy. So he has to be involved in the game in some. But that's how much he loves the game. He was running the balls out all game to the umpire. That one in there for a strike. Trevor takes it all the way, and 1-2 is the count. Trevor Matson, Busters, busting this thing open with 5 runs here in the 5th. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Trevor Matson. Started first base, moved over to third.
Yeah, unusual when you're getting out hit 5-4 and you lead it 10-5.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, you don't see usually too many more runs than that many, especially double number, more runs than hits. Very rare. One fouled off third base side by Trevor Matson. So a single, walk, 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 reached on air, and a double is how you have the 2 outs this inning. Pitch on the way here from Van Horn, that one's outside, is still in the game. There's nobody warming up from what I can tell from the bullpen.
Nope, nobody down there. And Van Horn, he's working his second inning. He's already thrown 47 pitches.
Wow. Goes from the stretch even with nobody on. That one way outside, and Matson walks again. Second time in a row for Big T-Dog. I made up that nickname.
I was going to say Big T-Dog. Does he know
You like that? I'm going to tell him.
Does he like that?
I'm going to tell him Big T-Dog.
So it's just now.
We're homies. We can call.
You haven't cleared that with
No.
Trevor
I better check with his lawyers.
Yeah, it's Big T-Dog. Ninth man to bat in the inning. Here comes Nick Jones.
Jones comes up. He has struck out twice in the game. Nope.
Actually, it's going to be Fred Bone.
Bone, an infielder. So Bone comes up, getting a chance to get some other guys in. Why not? You're up by 5. Give Bone a chance to get in here. Righty versus righty. Fred Bone from Chandler, Arizona. Got some family around that area myself. Went to Red Mountain High School. He's a Kansas recruit. One of your Jayhawk guys there.
Rock Chalk.
There we go. 1-0 here. 6'1", Fred Bond. A lot of tall guys, as Scott talked about on this team. Lanky guys. Out hit to left center field, floating. Who's going to make the catch? Nobody. It falls down. Going all the way from first to third is Trevor Matson, the big guy. T-Dog into 3. T-Dog's going to stick. That name is sticking.
Well, how about welcome to Hastings, Fred Bone?
He needs a nickname.
Yep, he has got that first hit in his first at-bat. Go KU. And nice job for him. Good start. And the Sodbusters now will bat their 10th man of the inning, already leading 10-5 and looking to really bust this baby open.
That's what I was going to say. Matt Lemke now up to bat. 10th batter of the inning. That one over the outside corner. Been pretty consistent on that pitch. Lemke comes up. Second baseman started the game now in right field. He has a single. One of only 5 singles in the game. But 10 runs for the Busters. They lead 10-5. 5 runs plated this inning, as things have completely come unraveled for Spearfish. Only won 1 game, 1 in 5 on the season.
Looks like there is some right-handed activity now behind Van Horn, who has struggled mightily. Did a great job of getting out of difficulty with minimal damage. Kept the Sodbusters to 1 last inning, but worked himself into trouble with 3 straight walks, and the Sodbusters have put some hits together, taking advantage of a couple of more errors.
1-1 offering fouled straight back as Betancourt started the game, Jackson Betancourt, and it wasn't the prettiest outing I've ever seen, but you know, he kept him in the game for a while. His offense and his bats did, and Busters have really busted this thing open on an error and a couple hits. The walks have really killed Van Horn here. Here's the 1-1 as runners are on the corners for the Busters. 2 outs. Carr stops that one. A great job by the catcher.
Has it been a long night for Davis Carr already?
Oh, man.
And we're still only in the 5th. Oh, my gosh.
That guy, my knees are hurting just watching him.
I mean, he has already handled almost 150 pitches. And we're not through the 5th.
No. So you have Fred Bones, leading off first base. Trevor Matson over on third, or T-Dog.
We may have to,
Are we going to run that by him?
Yeah, I think we need to run that by him.
Being held on at first is Bone. Matson leading down the line. And now on the liner to third base. Doesn't matter. There's already 2 outs anyways. They got 4 outs.
It was a 1-hopper.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see the bounce. Anyways, he completes the play. And so 10 men come to the plate. 5-run score for the Hastings Sodbusters. They lead it 10-5. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Stick around. See who comes out of the bullpen or who's still out there. It's still going to be Jacobs. Excuse me. Ryan Jacobs is still out there for the Busters. We'll be right back.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica?
They
Call
play 9.
Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.
Unless it's tied, they'll go 9, yeah.
Start feeling better now.
No, it's not tied.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings
Sometimes
experience.
the only reason they play 7
Hastings
would be like
is
a
the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other exhibits and a planetarium.
this is a typical baseball night.
Enjoy
Usually
the
doesn't
historic
quite take
housing
this
district,
long, but
strolling through downtown parks and beautiful shops.
It's usually dark
Whether
when we
you're
get out of here.
visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to
I got
places
6
to
and
stay.
7.
Is this you?
Ask the Adams County
Okay.
Visitors Bureau at
I'll throw it to you.
visitHastings.Nebraska.com.
Welcome back. 5-run support there for pitcher Ryan Jacobs, and Steve will have your call here in the 6th.
10-5 the score. The Hastings Sodbusters with a little working room for Ryan Jacobs, who had a tremendous first inning in relief in his Sodbuster debut, and he will try to keep it going, put some more zeros on the board as Hastings looking for its 3rd win in 4 tries. Spearfish in town 2 more days before the Nebraska Prospects come in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as we will see the 9, 1, and 2 hitters coming up for Spearfish in this one. It'll be Bailey Bordas, Johnny McHenry, and Ryan Bachman against Ryan Jacobs. Ryan Jacobs, the Tarleton State product out of Spring, Texas. And what a debut. Struck out the first 2 men he faced and got a line out to right to end the frame through just 10 pitches for the Hastings Sodbusters. As we see Bailey Bordas step to the plate. Bordas with a triple and an RBI his last time up. As he took it out to right field as the pitch misses for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. That was the 4th inning, and on the play, saw Sawyer Duddleston go down with an apparent ankle injury. He has left the game, and we saw a big adjustment to the Hastings defense. A lot of guys went to different spots on the defensive side, but it looked like Duddleston, the early reports is, no sprained ankle is ever just a sprained ankle, but it certainly looked like it could have been a lot worse. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Bordas. He fouls this one right in front of home plate. Tag made just in case by the new catcher, Fred Bone, but it is a foul ball. 1 and 2 the count on Bailey Bordas. Let's try to set the defense for you. I mentioned Fred coming in as a pinch hitter this past inning, now behind the plate for the first time in his Sodbuster career. The Kansas recruit, 1-2 pitch, just misses. Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes, and so Sodbuster fans will grumble a bit there on that ball call. At first base for Hastings is Jacob Watson. The pitch upstairs now 3-2 on the number 9 hitter Bailey Bordas. Playing second base is Tegan Tamia. At third, it's Trevor Matson. The shortstop, Aaron Harper. Pitch is taken upstairs, so boy, the strike 3 call that didn't happen, and 3 balls later, Bailey Bordas is at first, so leadoff walk, and that's not what you want to see. When you just put 5 on the board, you want to keep that momentum churning. Now back to the top of the order with Johnny McHenry. McHenry 1 for 3 on the day, single back in the second. He's also grounded out and popped up. The pitch, squaring to bunt, taking a ball. The throw back to first is not in time. Count 1 ball and no strikes on McHenry. Sodbuster defense, Tyson Gertis is in left field. Center fielder is Dallin Quigley, and in right field, Matt Lemke. He moved from second base earlier in the game. 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch. Fouled back. Count goes to 1-1 on Johnny McHenry. McHenry coming into the week, 222 on the year. Overall, the Sasquatch really struggling through the first part of the season, under 200 as a team. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt, and it gets by the catcher, and on to second base will go Bailey Bordas. So wild pitch, runner in scoring position, and 2-1 the count on Johnny McHenry for the Sasquatch. McHenry out of Sparks, Nevada. Community college player. Here's the pitch. Check swing, did go around, and it's 2-2 on Johnny McHenry. Leadoff hitter here for the Spearfish Sasquatch with 1 on, nobody out, and the Sodbusters with a 10-5 lead. They have scored in every inning. The big outburst, 5 runs in the 5th. Want to put another 0 on the board for the second straight frame, as Spearfish scored runs in the first 4 innings, including 2 in the first. The pitch misses. Now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on McHenry, so Jacobs in danger of walking back-to-back hitters to open this 6th inning after he mowed him down in order in his Sodbuster debut. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3. McHenry had taken off to first, and none too pleased with that call as he's still looking at the umpire and saying a couple of things. He goes down looking, and that is a big first out. That's the... you gotta love the sound effects person. Taking that cut from Tom Hanks, There's No Crying in Baseball, as he went back to the dugout. Brian Bachman steps to the plate now for Spearfish at a 10-5 game with the Sodbusters on top. Pitch is low for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Brian Bachman. Bachman, hit by a pitch his last time up, has yet to have an official at-bat. A walk, a run scored, a walk in the 2nd, then HBP in the 4th inning. One of 2 hit batters that inning from starting pitcher Jake Schroeder. Here we've had a walk to Bordas, a wild pitch to get him to 2nd, and a strikeout to McHenry. Now in inning number 6, Sodbusters lead a high score of 10-5. As Ryan Jacobs, the Tarleton State product, puts it right across for a strike, took something off of that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tarleton State, Division II program down in the panhandle of Texas. His hometown, Spring, Texas. 1-1 the count with 1 out. And you will probably see a lot of Texans, as if Luke Bay continues to be a part of this program. He was from Paris Junior College, went down there before he went on to Kansas State. 2-1 the count, so I'm sure that's where a lot of his contacts are. And good to see Luke Bay as the new head coach, a graduate assistant at Kansas State.
Yeah, awesome. Good dude.
2-1 the count on Ryan Bachman with 1 on and 1 out. Here in the top of the 6th, Sodbusters lead by a score of 10-5. Pitch hit high in the air toward right center field. That could be trouble. That will fall for a hit, and extra bases for Ryan Bachman. He's around first, headed to 2nd. He's going to try for 3. The relay throw not going to be nearly in time. It's an RBI triple for Bachman, the 2nd triple of the game for the Spearfish Sasquatch. And Bailey Bordas scores the 6th run of the game for Spearfish. And score now is 10-6.
So you had to say he didn't have an official at bat. Well, there's an official at bat, and that one kicked around under the scoreboard. And here at Duncan Field, the scoreboard is in play, and so the right fielder Lemke had to run around the scoreboard on the middle pole of the scoreboard to get that ball to get it back in, and that could be a tough corner. We saw one like that last year too.
Yep. That's just one of the little idiosyncrasies of this historic ballpark. The pitch is taken high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes on Carson Green. You kind of almost had the feeling if Sodbusters put a 0 on the board here, they could start taking a step toward putting this baby on ice. But here comes Spearfish right back as they get a run so far and a runner at 3rd and only 1 out. So this is a big spot in the game as Spearfish trying to crawl right back in it. 1 run on the board so far and looking for more, and a 1-1 count on Carson Green. 3-hole hitter. He has struck out twice. He's also walked and scored a run. Takes this pitch in the dirt. It's through the legs. It's back to the backstop, and another run will score. And there's 2 more on the board for Spearfish in the inning. It's now just 10-7.
After the 1-2-3 inning, Jacobs was so smooth like butter in the 5th, having all kinds of problems here in the 6th.
The leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter is never a good thing.
No.
7 runs, 6 hits for Spearfish. 10 runs, 5 hits for the Sodbusters, taking advantage of all kinds of walks, a lot of errors as well. High pop-up, center field, a long run, and getting there in time will be Dallin Quigley. He was playing to pull for that left-handed hitter and had to go over into left center to make the play. 2 outs now as Carson Green is out. That'll bring up Gabe Springer for Spearfish. Springer, a single, a double, and hit by pitch. So 2 for 2. He's reached base 3 times. He's scored a run. left-handed hitter up there against the right-hander, Ryan Jacobs. The pitch. Off speed. No contact there. Strike one on Gabe Springer. Springer, Stanford recruit out of Boulder, Colorado.
Beautiful night for baseball, Duncan Field. 67 degrees currently.
Here's the pitch. It's taken upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. This final day of May, and had some hot weather for a while in May, but also some unseasonably cool temperatures as well. And this is about as good as it gets. High pop-up, foul territory, and this will reach the seats as the Sodbuster first baseman Jacob Watson over to give it a look. So Springer trying to reignite the rally here for Spearfish. A walk, a triple, a wild pitch has plated 2, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Gabe Springer.
A little bit of a smile on Trevor Matson's face. He knows what it's like over there at first base. It kind of slants down by the dugout,
Yeah.
and so when you're chasing a foul ball, it's kind of tough.
There's an art to it. Bouncing ball right side. Charging is the second baseman. The throw from Tamia is in time, and that'll do it for Spearfish, but they do put 2 runs on the board. 2 runs on 1 hit. Nobody left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 6. It's Sodbusters 10 and Spearfish 7. This is Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
How do you remember things? Post-it note, string around your finger, smartphone reminder? Whatever you do, remember Nebraska Pick 3 2x2 and My Day. 3 great Nebraska Lottery Lotto games that are all $1 per play with drawings every day. Nebraska Pick 3 lets you choose your own bet type. 2x2 has a $22,000 top prize. And with My Day, you choose a 6-digit date. Must be 19, please play responsibly. Oh, got a reminder. Produced Nebraska Lottery commercial. I'm all over that.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
New pitcher coming in for the Sasquatch here in inning number 6. Sodbusters lead it by a score of 10-7, and we will get a look at Jack Hostetler, right-hander out of Whitman College. He's from Encinitas, California, and Hostetler gets an opportunity to throw an inning or 2 in this one. And for Hostetler, this will be his debut for...
I've got him down with 1 game already. Through 1 game, through 3 innings.
All right. So, 1
Sorry
game
about that.
second. That is the second appearance now for Hostetler.
Yeah, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 6 ERA, no wins or losses.
So, yep, Hostetler with his second appearance for Spearfish.
He's a big, tall guy, too. What do we got to hide for him? Hostetler, 6'3". Yeah, it's a big glass of water.
So Jack Hostetler, right-hander in to try to keep this game where it's at. Jackson Betancourt started, worked the first 4 innings, plus 2 batters. Gavin Van Horn working 2 innings. Each of those guys allowing 5 runs, and now Hostetler trying to keep his team in it. 2 big runs for the Sasquatch coming in the top of the frame to give them hope that they can make a comeback in this one, as the Sodbusters will be sending Jacob Watson to the plate, his second at bat since coming in defensively. He walked and scored last inning. Sodbusters sent 10 to the plate before that was over.
Hostetler, sorry.
1 ball, no strikes. The pitch fouled away. It's 1-1.
Hostetler threw against the Big Sticks on the road on May 25th. That's when his first appearance was.
It's 1-5 are the Spearfish Sasquatch coming to this one. Sodbusters 2-1. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, right side. First baseman makes the play on 2 hops and steps on the bag. Andrew Johnson slipped a little bit. You got a feeling that turf's a little bit slippery. We've seen a couple of the guys go down, including the starting first baseman for the Sodbusters, Trevor Matson. He's now over at third base.
So Jack Hostetler from Whitman College. Are they the Whitman College Whippets?
I do not know. I don't have that one off the top of my head.
I'm looking it up.
So Watson out 3 unassisted, and that brings to the plate Sam Adams. Takes strike 1, no balls and 1 strike on Sam. Walked a couple of times, reached on an error, been on board all 3 times. He scored a run as well for Hastings.
The Blues, Whitman College Blues.
Okay, all right.
At least they thought a little bit about it.
Sam Adams at the plate, 7 and 8 coming up here for Hastings after the 6-hitter. Jacob Watson grounded out in his second plate appearance of the game. Home opener for the Sodbusters on a nice night for baseball here at Duncan Field. Pitch right there. And it's 2 strikes on Adams. He's not been pleased with the zone at times today as he stands in the right-handed box. Right-handed pitcher Hostetler brings it home. Called strike 3. I don't think there's any doubt about that one. And down goes Adams for the second out of the inning. So the first strikeout for Hostetler comes in and gets out the first 2 guys he sees, and he'll work to Tyson Gertis. Gertis with an RBI bases loaded walk. His last at bat. He's walked twice today, 0 for 1 as he has also lined to the first baseman. Strike 1, and Hostetler filling up the zone, and for the Sasquatch head coach, Shane Gardner, he's got to be liking that because his first 2 pitchers have struggled with the zone. Quickly 2 strikes. He blew it right by Tyson Gertis, and Hostetler trying to work a 1-2-3 inning. It would be the first 1-2-3 inning for the Sasquatch today. Matter of fact, it'll be the first time that they've kept the Sodbusters off the board. The pitch. 0-2, and this one grounded into left field for a base hit. Just ticked off the glove of the shortstop, Johnny McHenry. And so it will not be a 1-2-3 inning. We'll see what the Sodbusters can get done with their number 9 hitter, Tegan Tamia, coming up.
So first hit of the day there for Gertis. Good to see him get bat on ball. An 8th place hitter.
And now Tegan Tamia reached on an error his first time up. He walked and scored in the 4th. Had a fielder's choice and a run scored with an RBI his last time up. Takes strike 1, no balls and 1 strike on Tamia. 10-7 the score. Sodbusters on top. Hastings scored 5 in the bottom of the 5th, but Spearfish answered with 2 in the top of the 6th to make it close. Pitch swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike on Tamia with the, 2 strikes the count on Tamia with the top of the order. Dallin Quigley waiting on deck. 0-2 pitch is on the way. Bouncing ball, foul. It remains 2 strikes on Tamia.
How important was that last inning, getting 5 runs, because you're only up by 3 now. And as we know in this league, nothing is safe. So it's nice to have that 5-run cushion last inning, have a 3-run lead now.
Tammy had a couple of hits in the season opener against Casper. Went 2 for 4 in that game. 0-2 pitch, runner goes. The pitch is fouled away, and oh my goodness, I think it got Davis Carr below the belt again. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
He had a foul ball bounce up into his groin area earlier, and I think the exact same thing has happened as he goes down again. It has been a rugged night for Davis Carr as he's caught well over 100 pitches. We're still just in the 6th inning, and he goes down after getting a foul ball for the 2nd time in the game.
Jeez. Yikes! That's I don't want to be a catcher. Nothing at all. More chances for you to see the Sodbusters coming up this weekend, as we talked about in this week. As Spearfish here for 2 more games, Wednesday and Thursday, 6:35, and then the Nebraska Prospects coming to town Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All games at 6:35. All home games right here at Duncan Field. We'd love to see you out here. I was out checking out the new merchandise today, and they've got T-shirts and sweatshirts and 2 different kinds of hats this year. So get yourself some swag while you're here and some snacks and get this guy an ice pack while you're at it.
Whew.
Good Lord.
And
this poor guy.
Yeah,
it's going to ruin your weekend.
And at some point, do we have another catcher?
Yeah.
Let's just bring it on. I think he's had enough.
They've got 2 other guys on the roster. Somebody there has to be at least one more guy.
And again, a guy coming out of the...
Even the umpire's kind of smiling about it. I mean...
Yeah, just like,
Jiminy.
what a night. What a night.
Holy moly.
And, hey, buddy, it's Game 7 of the summer. So,
yeah.
Yeah, jeez. And, again, Chris Sabalos down the baseline, the assistant coach for the Sodbusters and a former catcher in his own right. He knows all about it.
Yep.
So.
Yep, he's been there, I'm sure. You could tell a couple stories that would make you cringe.
Yeah, I'm cringing just the day. Wow. So Davis Carr trying to remain a part of this game, and the home plate, like I say, the home plate umpires having a smile with him because it's like, oh, what are you going to do? And Sodbuster
wow,
fans,
he's staying in.
Yep, he's keep it going.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
I would have just thrown in the towel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Whew. So Tegan Tamia back up there, and, you don't see that. You see it happen once or twice a season.
Yeah.
And it happens twice in 6 innings
to
today.
the same guy?
Oh, my goodness gracious.
I'm not a betting man, but.
Oh.
Yikes.
0-2 the count on Tegan Tamia for the Sodbusters, who takes a ball, 1 ball, and 2 strikes. And like I say, it's been a rough enough night for Davis Carr just being the catcher for this Spearfish staff, which has struggled with the zone anyway. And plus the defense has committed 6 errors, so he's had to be out there a long time. Here's a little hit and run into left field. Runners will be at first and second. Perfectly placed ball off the bat of Tamia as the runner had gone. And the shortstop, Johnny McHenry, vacated that spot. Tamia put it right there. Runners at first and second. No chance for further advancement as Griffin Sheeran up quickly to field it. But back-to-back singles for the 8 and 9 hitters. And now Dowlin Quigley trying to keep it going. And the Sodbuster, man, this would be a big answer here after it looked like Hastings had a chance to go down 1-2-3. Instead, back-to-back singles. And now they could get some of those runs back after seeing 2 go by the wayside at the top of the frame. Bouncing ball, left side, third baseman's got it, throws to first in time, and nothing happening for the Sodbusters. Well played there by Gabe Springer. No runs, 2 hits, 2 men left, and we head to the 7th inning. It's 10-7 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain,
those
ache,
comments
or pain.
out on here? I can't
At
find
Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient,
I just want to see
and
what they say.
stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com.
Oh.
Start feeling better now. The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the
Fix the
birthplace
scoreboard?
of Kool-Aid.
Oh.
See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
We head to inning number 7, final third of this one. A long night at the ballpark on this home opener for the Sodbusters. It'll lead it 10-7, and it'll be 6, 7, and 8, make it 5, 6, and 7 coming up for Spearfish. As out for his 3rd inning of work is Ryan Jacobs. He worked a scoreless first, but that last inning allowing 2 runs on 1 hit. There was a large walk, a wild pitch. When all was said and done, the Spearfish plating 2 runs to crawl back a little bit closer in this one. And for Ryan Jacobs, we'll see what he can get done. Would love to put a 0 on the board here to keep it a 3-run lead. This game's certainly not over the way it's gone here at Duncan Field today.
Well, we've seen 2 different Ryan Jacobs. The first inning he came out, he was lights out. He struck out 2 batters, got him fly out to right field, and then last inning he just got into some trouble. So we'll see which Ryan Jacobs shows up this inning. Hopefully it's the first one.
As his Sodbuster debut, Hastings just now getting most of its players in. A lot of teams still wrapping up their seasons. Travel plans made, school getting over, and so come the second week of June, it will probably be the group that we'll see most of the rest of this summer. Here's Andrew Johnson. Johnson, a pair of strikeouts to go along with a 2-run single. He's 1 for 3 on the day. First baseman for the Sasquatch from Spearfish, South Dakota. Pitches taken at the letters for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Johnson. Andrew from Trinity International College.
junior there. That is the college that the head coach, Shane Gardner, coaches. Pitch swung on and missed. Quickly 2 strikes on Andrew Johnson. He is the beer batter today, so Sodbuster fans are fired up anyway, and he's on the verge of his 3rd strikeout of the game.
Wow. Could be a mad dash to the concession stand.
And hopefully a safe drive home for Sodbuster fans.
Exactly.
Pitch, just a little bit high. Watson Jacobs put a little something extra on that one, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes on Andrew Johnson.
Whew, a little gravy and potatoes.
Ryan Jacobs, the Tarleton State product, in his 3rd inning of work. The pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Johnson for the 3rd time today, and that will bring up Cam Hoyland, right fielder for Spearfish.
2nd strikeouts issued by Jacobs. Nice pitch there, and he was dominant during that batter. That looked like the Ryan Jacobs we saw back in the 5th inning.
Yeah, Jacobs in his 3rd inning of work, he had struck out the first 2 guys he faced. He struck out McHenry last inning and now picks up his 4th strikeout of the day as the pitch fouled away. No balls, 1 strike on Hoyland. He struck out his last time up. He was the first man to face Jacobs. And he also has grounded into a double play and grounded out to first, so he is 0 for 3 as the pitch is taken upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cam Hoyland. Sodbusters, Fred Bone in his 2nd inning doing the catching. Got Jacob Watson at first base. Tegan Tammy at 2nd. Pitch is foul down the first base line. It goes to 1-2. Playing shortstop for the Sodbusters, Aaron Harper. At 3rd, it's Trevor Matson. And the outfield, Tyson Gertis in left, Dallin Quigley in center, and Matt Lemke in right. 1-2 the count, 1 out, top of the 7th, 10-7 the score. Sodbusters on top. They have scored every inning but the 6th. And Spearfish has scored every inning but the 5th. Swing and a foul ball just got away from Bone. Couldn't quite hang on to that one, so it remains 1-2 on Cam Hoyland. Sodbusters in the Nebraska Land division of the Independence League. Spearfish in the Great Plains division. Called strike 3. As Hoyland down looking, he is gone for the 2nd time. And that will bring up Griffin Sheeran.
5 strikeouts now for Jacobs. That makes 10 total for Sodbuster pitching here in the game.
Starting pitcher today was Jake Schroeder. So Griffin Sheeran, he struck out twice. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Starting left fielder for the Sasquatch. 2 up, 2 down. And Jacobs trying for his 2nd 1-2-3 inning in 3 innings of work.
Sheeran 0 for 3, batting .143 at the moment.
1 strike the count on Griffin Sheeran as he takes the first one over. Love the pace of Ryan Jacobs. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed it an off-speeder, and 2 strikes quickly on Griffin Sheeran as we are in the top half of the 7th inning. 10-7 the score. Sodbusters on top. They've out-hit the Sasquatch 7-6. They've been aided by 6 Sasquatch errors in the game.
It's hard to win a game when you have that many.
0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2-3 and striking out the side for Ryan Jacobs. We head to the bottom half of inning number 7. It remains Hastings 10 and Spearfish 7. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be.
I wrote that ad.
Whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite
refreshing
Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like.
I still got it.
Pepsi Cola of Hastings, proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
We bring you Hastings Sodbuster Baseball today. It's Steve Stein, it's Josh Salmon, Caden Kirkak, is the video producer, and the second inning of work coming up for Jack Hostetler, who looked very good in his first inning. Got the first 2 out, did give up a couple of singles, but then got Dallin Quigley to ground out to retire the side. First 0 put on the board by a Spearfish pitcher today. Meanwhile, pitching highlights so far for the Sodbusters, Ryan Jacobs, who has worked 3 innings now, allowing 2 runs on just 1 hit. He has already struck out 6 in his Sodbuster debut. And maybe the pitchers are going to take command in this one, and we can roll through the last couple of innings of this, and the Sodbusters can win their 3rd game in 4 tries. As 2 more with the Sasquatch coming up tomorrow and Wednesday. I should say tomorrow and Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Nebraska Prospects coming to town. Now, one of the new teams this year. Very cool to see that group just playing road games this year and joining the league.
Steve, we got a positive comment here. Not that we don't normally get those, but
well, a positive one.
Did it surprise me that the way?
Yes,
maybe my delivery was not so good on that one.
Let me announce this batter first. Then we'll hear the positive comment. Let's keep the game going. We don't want to lose our mojo here.
That's almost as surprising as our 0 on the board.
Aaron Harper will step up late. Had a 2-run double his last time up as the pitch is taken for a strike. No balls, 1 strike on Harper, who has 3 RBIs in his last 2 at-bats. Overall, 1 for 3 in the game.
All right, West Tex Quig says, man, love the commentators of the game. Y'all are killing it. Love it.
Hey, very cool. The 1-strike pitch is back at the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. And West Tex, man, he may be. I wonder if he is from Western Texas College. One of the Westerners
I think he knows Quigley or something. He had another comment about Quigley on
Quigley?
there. So
okay,
yeah.
All right. So some tie-ins there. Like I say, a lot of Texas highlights here. Here's a rocket shot to the right center field gap. That will plug the gap. Around first, headed for second is Harper. He'll hit the bag and head for 3, and he will be in with a stand-up triple. So a double and a triple, the last 2 at-bats for Harper, and he's got it going in the 2 spot for the Hastings Sodbusters.
And, he thought about 3 right out of the box. I mean, he was rounding first, didn't even look, just kept going all the way to third, finally looked at Chris Sabelos over there, and Sabelos said, standing up third. You're right there. So that's a great way. Again, another leadoff hitter on for the Busters here in the 7th.
Tell you what, it's neat to see Aaron Harper and the kind of start he has gotten off to for this Hastings squad, as the pitch is in the dirt, coming home and scoring a run will be Aaron Harper. So he is backed up there with a wild pitch as Trevor Matson takes ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. At bases empty now, the Sodbusters get an insurance run, leading it by a score of 11-7.
11-7.
Matson
no balls, 1 strike.
Yeah, Matson went around on that one in the dirt, and it got back to the screen. So 1 strike to count on Trevor, and the pitch taken for strike 2. Trevor still looking for his first hit as he flew out, struck out. He's walked a couple of times, 0 for 2 on the day for Matson. But he'll have his opportunities to shine as this summer goes on. It's a long old 3 months. Pops this one up, left side, down the line. Could be trouble, and that is going to fall. Matson around first, headed to second. He's hit some harder balls in his career, but it looks like a rocket shot double in the scoring book, and Matson has his first hit here in his season debut.
That's why you run it out. A lot of guys have just been like, all right, toss a bat, kind of lollygag to first. He was running it out all the way. You never know what's going to happen. 3 guys converging. Luckily, none of them ran into each other, but it fell right inside the line there. And T-Dog stands at second base.
He may do it. He's walked and now has a hit as T-Dog.
See, it's catching on.
Yep. Fred Bone made a nice debut last time up as he got a single and takes this one for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Fred Bone, the KU recruit.
Took over as catcher for Jones.
Stands in the right-handed box. Sodbusters on top, 11-7 and looking for more. Here's the pitch. Blew it by him. 1 ball and 1 strike on Fred Bone.
That thing was coming. I don't know how fast it was, but he really got the heat on that. Hostetler did.
Mentioned our listener, the West Tex guy, of course, Dallin Quigley from Paris Junior College in Texas. Fan of him. That's good. I'm already a fan. Just seeing him the first.
Oh yeah.
Day. He's got some wheels. Going to be fun to watch him during the course of the summer. The pitch misses 2 balls and strike on Fred Bone. taking over for Nick Jones, who struck out 3 times. So probably good to give him a chance to reset. Give Bone an opportunity to get in there for the first time. Hits this one pretty well on the right side. Nice play by the second baseman. Slides to the stop. Throws to first in time. On the play, Trevor Matson advances to third. But well played there for Ryan Bachman to throw out Fred Bone, who's now 1 for 2. And that will bring up Matt Lemke, now playing right field for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Yeah, it was a good play. Slid on the turf. And these guys, if you're not used to playing on turf, it's a tough surface to get used to, especially on the infield. And takes weird hops, but that was a good play there. I think he's getting a little more comfortable out there at second base, is Bachman. Not too comfortable, though. We don't want that.
Matt Lemke steps to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day, but he has been involved in a lot. Got a couple of runs scored for the Hastings Sodbusters, and has played a couple of different defensive positions. Started in the infield and now out in right field as the count 1 ball and no strikes on Matt Lemke, a KSU signee, Kansas State recruit, going to be a Wildcat. Much to the pleasure, probably, of Luke Bay and Chris Sabalos, K-State grad assistants. Pitch misses for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Matt Lemke. Graduated from Blue Valley Northwest High School, a suburb, lives in Overland Park, suburb of Kansas City, Kansas. Or the Kansas City metro area, if you will.
Sure.
Pitch is a little bit high. 3 balls and no strikes. Much like Omaha and all of the suburbs exploding there. Overland Park, one of the fastest growing areas in that part of the country.
Yeah, it's overspilling.
3 balls and no strikes, and the pitch. Right across for strike 3 and 1 the count on Lemke.
Wind has shifted a little bit, blowing pretty much straight to center field now.
Pretty nice night for the home opener for the Hastings Sodbusters, trying to make it a successful one. 11-7 the score, bottom of the 7th inning. Bouncing ball, left side, but foul. Count 3 and 2 on Matt Lemke.
Wasn't the prettiest swing, but he got a piece of it to stay alive. And that's sometimes what you ask is just, hey, if it's there, hit it. Busters with 11 runs on 9 hits. Now, earlier, it was like, okay, well, that doesn't look so bad. But when they had 10 runs on 4 hits, it was crazy.
Yep, being aided by a bunch of walks and a lot of errors. Infield is in, 3 and 2. The pitch is just missing. Ooh, pretty close. And Lemke draws a walk.
Yeah, they didn't miss by much.
A triple and a double and a walk this inning, so runners will be at the corners. Still only 1 man out. And here comes Jacob Watson to the plate, his 3rd plate appearance since coming in defensively. Walked and scored a run. He's also grounded out to the first baseman.
Watson with the Power of Love walk-up song from Back to the Future. That's good stuff.
Gotta like that. Left-handed hitter here.
It's no chicken dance, but we'll take it.
11-7, Hastings on top, trying to add some more insurance. And like I say, you don't put this one in the book until the 27th out is recorded.
Trevor Matson on 3rd, Lemke on 1st.
Already been some wild scores here in the first week of Independence League baseball as the pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. One most notably, which hasn't made the Independence League stat sheet yet. Fremont defeating Gem City 30-13.
Wow.
To earn a split of that series. Pitch is fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Like I said, I didn't see a line score on it, but
no.
Oh my goodness. They lost the opener 6-5, but then won 30-13. Sunday's game was postponed in progress with Fremont leading, so I know the official league stats show that Fremont hadn't even played a game, but they have played a couple. And they are hosting North Platte early in the week.
Yeah, everybody's played a couple games, whether it shows it on the stats or not.
Called strike 2 on Jacob Watson. 2 on, 1 out. Hastings looking for an opportunity here as actually that was called strike 3 as Watson goes down, and that will bring to the plate Sam Adams. Adams coming to the plate here. That was a large out there for Hostetler. Bouncing ball into left field for a hit. Sodbusters will salvage a run here, the 2nd run of the inning on the RBI single from Hostetler. So disappointed with 1st and 3rd, 1 out, not getting the hit. But Sam Adams comes through to pick up his teammate, scoring Trevor Matson. Runners at 1st and 2nd. 2 runs home down. The Sodbusters have regained a 5-run lead at 12-7, and there will be a visit to the pitching mound in Hostetler. See if they make the change at this point, as the head coach Shane Gardner coming out to visit with his entire infield. 12-7, Sodbusters now with 10 hits on the day. They've out-hit Spearfish 10-6.
You were talking about Fremont and their 30-13 win over Gem City. I'm looking at the roster, and a lot of different guys for Fremont, not the big guys that they've had, the dudes, the last few years. So that's good for us. We like seeing those guys, but they were all about 6'5", 230 the last couple of years. And
the crazy thing about Fremont, they won the league title 2 years ago. Last year, you felt like they were the best team in the league.
Yep.
They didn't win either division half.
Nope.
They were really good, but they weren't better than Western Nebraska in the first, and they weren't better than Spearfish in the second, so they didn't even make the playoffs. Spearfish ended up beating Western Nebraska in the 3-game series for that division title.
The Busters played good against Fremont here at home. Not so much on the road, but they played good here at home against the Moo.
Here's Tyson Curtis coming to the plate for the Sodbusters. He's been on base 3 times. He's walked twice. He singled once, had an RBI, bases loaded walk. It's part of that 5-run 5th inning, which is the difference in the game right now. Sodbusters lead it by 5. As the pitch is taken for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. So the RBI single from Adams. Harper opened the inning with a triple. He scored on a wild pitch. Trevor Matson got a double, a ground out. There was a walk, a strikeout, and Sam Adams with that single. That's where we are now. As Curtis, the number 8 hitter, the pitch. Low into the dirt. It gets by the catcher. And moving on will be both base runners. So a chance now.
He's coming home.
2 more. And the throw home is going to be in time out. So the Sodbusters rolling the dice here as they try to score that runner from second, thinking that Davis Carr, with the day he has had, would he be able to make the play? He did make the play, so the Sodbusters will settle for 2, and they lead it by a score of 12-7. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Nebraska Realty
Good
is
catch,
a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950
he'll still be at the
agents
plate.
serving communities all across Nebraska.
He was at the plate when that
Nebraska
happened.
Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Got to put another ad in.
I'll take it and give it to you. You are listening to Sodbuster Baseball. The Hastings Sodbusters lead it by a score of 12-7. Sodbusters 12 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Spearfish 7 runs, 6 hits, 6 errors. We've seen a lot of walks on both sides. Kind of settling the team down, though, is the pitching performance of Ryan Jacobs, who continues to throw for Hastings. He'll try to take things home now, given a 5-run lead. He would be the winning pitcher if the Sodbusters continue to lead this one. We've seen a total of 6 pitchers combined with the 2 teams here today, as the Hastings Sodbusters, I should say just 2 Hastings pitchers to go along with 3 for Spearfish so far, as Jacobs done a good job in relief of Jake Schroeder. To take you home, the 8th and 9th, here is Josh Salmon.
Thank you, Steve. Good game here. It's been fun. It's been a long game, but 12 runs on 10 hits for the Busters, and 7 runs, 6 hits, 6 errors for Sasquatch. So out there again is Ryan Jacobs. First pitch as misses for a ball to Davis Carr to be the catcher, who has earned my Ice Pack of the Night award. 8-9-1 here for Sasquatch. Carr, Bordas, and McHenry scheduled. Shows bunt, and it drops it down foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night at the ballpark here at Duncan Field. 408 to dead center. 405 in the power alleys. 467 down the right field line. 367 down the right field line. 370 down the left field line. 1 ball, 1 strike coming up here. Ryan Jacobs still out there, doing a good job of relief. That went in there for a strike. Jacobs came in for Schroeder. Jake Schroeder in his 4th inning of work. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Davis Carr. Carr has walked, otherwise 0 for 2. That one upstairs. It goes to 2-2. Davis Carr is either the toughest man on the face of the earth or the only catcher on the roster for Spearfish, or a combination of the two. Swung on and missed. Got him on the off-speed pitch. Down goes Carr. He can go sit on an ice pack. That's probably a good thing for that guy. He needs to sit down a little while. Been a tough night at the office. So another strikeout for Jacobs. That makes 8 for him now. Brings up the 9th place hitter, Bailey Bordas. Bordas has been on base 3 times, walked twice, and a triple. 9th place hitter, been on base 3 times. That's kind of crazy. It's the kind of game it's been. That one a debatable strike, but he got the call. Bordas didn't like it. Buster, the mascot, walking around in a hot dog contest, a hot dog uniform, I should say. We got to do our 7th inning trivia too. That'll be coming up here in between innings. Chance for you to win 4 tickets to a Sodbuster game in July. If you know the trivia question, email me the answer, and we'll put you in the drawing for that. We'll do that every Tuesday for the month of June.
And that's the kind of game it's been. We're going to have our 7th inning trivia in the 8th inning.
There we go. 7th inning trivia in the 8th inning. I've got a lot of things going on over here.
Or should we do the 7th inning trivia Tuesday on Wednesday? We could do that. We could also,
just keep it backwards with T-Dog. T-Dog, do it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I need to get the players to record some trivia. Swung on and missed and complete the play by throwing down the second. So 2 strikeouts in a row here for Jacobs. Okay, we talked about this earlier in the game. Which former Hastings Sodbuster player is one of the standout players from the University of Omaha? Okay, he's had a really good season there. Played for the Sodbusters last year. Who do you think it is? If you know what it is, email me, salmonsaysmedia@gmail.com. You don't have to be the first one. I'm going to draw a name of all the correct answers and put it in the drawing. Brings up top of the order, Johnny McHenry with 2 outs. McHenry slapping on the first one down the third base line. Strike 1.
And how about the job of Ryan Jacobs? 2 strikeouts in his first inning, another strikeout in his second inning. He has now struck out 5 in a row after striking up the side in the 7th and the first 2 here in the 8th.
Yeah, got a little bit of trouble in that 6th inning, but still nothing bad there.
So 8 strikeouts for him as he tries to get through this 8th inning, 1, 2, 3.
Pitched as many innings as the starter did.
And would be the winning pitcher if the Sodbusters can hold this lead.
12-7 Busters with the lead here in the 8th. Pitch on the way, and that one well outside. Not going forward at all. 1 ball, 2 strike count here to McHenry. Crowd still very much in this game here on a Tuesday night. A few have left, but there's still some kids around. It's a beautiful night for a game. That one down first base line, diving. Nice play. And over to first. Good job there by the first baseman, Watson. Elementary, my dear Watson Elementary, comes to fundamentals. And a great play to finish off the inning. And 1, 2, 3 goes to Sasquatch here in the 8th inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We'll be back bottom of the 8th. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip.
Yeah, he always makes
Sam's
us eat
Club,
them.
making busy lives
It doesn't
less
make us,
stressful.
but you can.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
And welcome back. Duncan Field, Josh Salmon, Steve Stein with you. Caden Kirkak running our cameras as we get set for the 7, 8, 9 hitters here. 8, 9, 1 hitters here due for the Sodbusters as Gertis takes a strike. He was the last batter up last inning with the wild pitch that ended up being an out at home as they sent the runner. So he will lead off here in the 8th inning. Tyson Gertis, where's the number 9? 1 ball, 1 strike to Tyson. Omaha, Nebraska guy we talked about. Again, our question was who was a standout University of Omaha player who played for the Sodbusters last year, played some infield for us from Hastings, if that helps you. Another clue. Salmon says media@gmail.com. Email the answer. It could be winning yourself some tickets in July to a Sodbuster game.
Except it was the end of 2020, right? It wasn't last year.
Didn't he play last year too?
No.
Wow, I thought he did. Okay, so it was the end of 2020. I really thought he played a little bit last year.
He came in at the end of 2020, and then I think he was up at the Northwoods League last year.
You're right. He didn't. Yeah, it was a year. I was a year off. That's how much impact he left on me. I still thought he was here. Strikeout down goes Gertis. 1 down here for the Busters in the 8th inning. I should have went with one of my pre-written trivia questions instead of going for the wild card.
Oh, well, it's the wrong inning anyway. You know, it was kind of one of those nights. First season opener.
We're working out the kinks too.
That's right.
Should
have done it on Wednesday.
Yeah. Tegan Tamia comes up. Shortstop, first, second baseman. Moved all over the field here tonight. Been on base twice. Walk and a single. Also fielder's choice and reached on error. So been on base technically 4 times tonight. Ball and a strike here. Busters up 12-7. Bottom of the 8th. Swung on and missed on the heater there. Good pitch by Hostetler. Third pitcher of the night for the Sasquatch. You had Betancourt and then Van Hoort, and now Hostetler. 1 and 2. That one way outside, and Carr still has enough energy to slide over and catch that one on the right side. If I had the night he had, I couldn't scratch my nose. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. It's going to be 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Now it's 2 outs. And first 2 batters of the 8th inning via the K are done here for the Busters. Alan Quigley comes up. So Quigley, a very speedy Quigley comes up. 1 hit. You look at the roster, the lineup here for the Busters, and only one person has multi-hits in the game, and that's Aaron Harper, who's on the on-deck circle. I take that back. Watson, yeah. Donaldson had 2 until he came out. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Busters up 12-7 here, bottom of the 8th. First pitch misses for a strike. Or is it in there for a strike? 1 ball, 1 strike. I guess there's 2 pitches. That one in there for a strike as well. So Hostetler just bringing it. He says, here it is, hit it. And so far they haven't been able to hit it. Gertis went down strike. Tamia went down with a strike. Down the count is Dallin Quigley. 1 and 2, and swung on and missed on him. So striking out the side is Hostetler. There's one of those rare goose eggs up there in this game for the Sodbusters. On the 2nd inning, they didn't score. Bottom of the 8th, top of the 9th coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field. Her word from Fisk Chiropractic.
We move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. You suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now. You know Graham Tire for the
I don't know if Luke's going to come up. I forgot to ask him.
Did you know that they do brakes, batteries,
he probably will,
and even shocks and struts?
Tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and
I had
great
the 60-minute pregame with him.
So the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed
up
and right back on the road safely.
And
you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
All right, top of the ninth here for the Spearfish is Bachman. It'll be Bachman, Turner, and Overdrive. I've been waiting all night to do that. It's Bachman, Green, and Springer coming up. Not the band from the 80s. I guess late 70s even. Ryan Bachman comes up. He's been walked twice, hit by a pitch, tripled his last time up back on the 6th. 1 ball, 1 strike count to him. Jacobs out there again. Ryan Jacobs in his 5th inning of work. And fouled off on the first base side. So Jake Schroeder started the game, went 4 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, all earned, 6 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ryan Jacobs in his 5th inning of work has got up only 1 hit, 2 runs, both earned, a walk, and 8 struck out in 14 batters. Swung on and missed on that one. Finishing off the play there is the catcher Bone to tag the runner, and 1 down, make that 9 strikeouts now for Jacobs. I really like this kid.
Yeah,
he's impressed me.
Yep.
Ryan Jacobs, considering he wasn't even on the roster, we're just learning about this guy, and there he is. So Carson Green comes up, the center fielder. Kind of quiet, haven't heard his name much tonight. He's been kind of busy with those gappers between him and left field, but struck out twice tonight, flew out, walked once back in the first. That one a grounder to second. Should be easy play for Tamio over to first. And there is quickly 2 down. Busters 1 out away from their first out. On the first home game, that's a good ratio to have. Let's keep that going all year long. 29 wins from all home games and whatever they get on the road. So ground out, 1 pitch, 1 out there for Green, and 2 down here. 12-7, Busters 1 out away from a victory. For Spearfish, had 1 win all year. They'll be 1-6 if they lose this one. Gabe Springer is up. Springer's been on base 3 times, hit by a pitch, single, double, ground out. Swung on and missed on that one. It's a ball and a strike to Gabe Springer. He's the third baseman. Jacobs has been in there since the 5th inning. 2 balls and a strike now to Springer. Been a fun night for baseball. Some of the fans have left already because this thing is 12-7 is the score. But the faithful, those who have nothing else to do, who are happy to watch the victory, could be doing that right here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 12-7. Ryan Jacobs going to come set. And here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Got him. Struck him out. And the ball game goes to the Hastings Sodbusters. Smiles all around. Back bumps at second base. We'll recap some numbers and come back. Your Hastings Sodbusters win their home opener 12-7 over the Spearfish Sasquatch. We'll be right back for your postgame. This is Sodbuster Baseball from Duncan Field.
Summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect.
Okay, we'll do 2 minutes.
Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Whatever the occasion.
Yeah,
Enjoy your
good.
favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace
I had Quigley with 1 hit. Did you have Quigley with a hit?
No.
Oh, that's right. He reached on the air.
Yep.
That's right.
And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Bigfoot Museum.
Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
If I won one of the 8 new trucks the Nebraska Lottery is giving away in Trucks and Bucks 2022, I'd be off-roading all the time through muddy riverbeds,
how to get to
across
that.
dusty
How do you get to that?
prairies. I treat that truck like a
How I
tank.
I go to the league scoreboard.
I know, but
Only if
I've
you wear
got
shoe
this
covers
pulled
to
up, but I
protect the
can't get to
carpeting.
the.
Promise not to eat or
I don't know
drink
how to do it
anything
on the
inside the
phone.
cabin and
Yeah,
polish
well,
the
not
But
a
on the
big
league
deal.
scoreboard,
Trucks and Bucks is back, and you
I'm
can win
lost
one of
for
8
where
Just
new
on the right
trucks.
side.
Top prize
I
odds
know.
1 in
Oh, box score. Let's
336,000.
try box score.
Sodbuster
I bet that's
Baseball
it.
is sponsored
Yeah, I'm
by
not sure how to do it on the
Nebraska Land
phone.
Distributors.
Not
When
a
you
big
come to
deal.
the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer
I really
with
want to
more
get those
taste.
commercials on
Nebraska
video. So
Land
I'm not
Distributors also features
focus
White
more
Claw.
on stuff.
Live your way. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check
So,
out these great adult beverages.
the first guy
on
gets
your
a
next
loss?
Trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of
No, who
Nebraska
gets the
Land
loss?
Yeah, he was.
Distributors.
Yep. Yeah, we took the lead, never lost it.
Bettencourt.
Yep.
Welcome back, Sodbuster Baseball. Josh Salmon, Steve Stein, as Busters win their home opener, 12-7. Busters had 12 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and Sasquatch had 7 runs on 6 hits and 6 errors. That's a tough one to do. But you look at the roster here, Busters had Aaron Harper. What a good night for him. He had the double, the triple. He had the sacrifice fly. Great pitching out of the bullpen tonight as Jacob Schroeder had a kind of a tough start. But Ryan Jacobs comes on the 5th inning, went the distance for him. He will get the win tonight. As you look at the numbers here for Jacobs from the box score here, Jacobs went 5 innings, gave up only 1 hit, 2 runs. They were both earned. Walked only 1 batter that entire time and struck out 10 out of 17 batters faced. That's a good night of work for Ryan Jacobs.
Yeah, really reminiscent of what Jacob Watson did in relief of the starting pitcher to pick up a victory in Game 2 of the 3-game series at Casper when Watson went 6 innings of no-run ball, allowed only 5 hits. This, you needed somebody to come out of the pen and eat up some innings, and not only eat up some innings, but other than 1 inning, was very dominant. Ryan gave up the 1 hit. They did score 2 runs. He gave up a walk, triple, wild pitch. Those are the 2 runs. But other than that, had a 1-2-3 5th inning. He had a 1-2-3 7th, 8th, and 9th. So it really kind of settling this game down because it felt like it was going to be 24-22 the way this game was going. The 2 starting pitchers both struggled with control. Spearfish was kicking it around quite a bit, but you give Ryan Jacobs a lot of credit, and to a lesser extent, Jack Hostetler for Spearfish did a nice job for them, putting some zeros on the board, kind of keeping Hastings down a little bit to give this game a little bit of normalcy because it certainly was anything but normal through the first 4.
Look at the schedule tomorrow. Again, 6:35. The next 2 nights against Spearfish. And then the Nebraska prospects come to town. First time they've played here at Hastings. Obviously, brand new team. They play only road games Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They will be here. Busters off on Monday, and then they'll face North Platte here once before heading out there twice on Monday. So is 12-7 for the Hastings Sodbusters. Again, 12 runs on 10 hits and no errors, 7 runs, 6 hits, and 6 errors for Sasquatch.
And you mentioned Aaron Harper, so big in the 2-spot in the batting order, a double and triple in back-to-back at-bats after he had a sacrifice fly, so he ends up knocking in 3 and scoring 1. The only other multi-hit game was Sawyer Duddleston, who went 2 for 2 to begin the game. Had an RBI and a run scored. He had a double, and then he went out with an apparent ankle injury. He didn't play again, so hopefully he'll be able to return, but that's the only other multi-hit game. But, up and down the lineup, you had everybody contributing, whether they reached on an error or scored, but a lot of guys, well, you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 different guys score runs today. So even though maybe there weren't multi-hit games, a lot of guys contributed to this victory. And then you get Jacobs in relief of Jake Schroeder, who worked the first 4. And you kind of piece things together here early in the year, and really a solid game and a solid start. Hastings off to a 3-1 start.
Sasquatch gave up 12 walks on the night, and Hastings pitching gave up only 7. So that's something, too, as you have runners on base. You can create opportunities. And there was some aggressive base running tonight, too. It could have been a lot more than 12-7. Busters did some base running blunders. It could have been a lot more. I remember at least 3 tonight where They could have really broke this thing open, but Sasquatch hanging in there. Tomorrow's another day, another dollar. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. We'll start our pregame about 6 o'clock, and we'll get some postgame interviews tonight, and we'll record those and use those for our pregame tomorrow. For Steve Stein, for Caden Kirkak, for Nate, tech guy back for tonight, helping us out. Thanks a lot, buddy. This is Josh Salmon. Sign off from Duncan Field as Busters win at 12-7. Good night, everybody.